What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today we're going to be looking at
Just some marked hands that we
played over the past couple weeks that interests us. So let's see how we do. I'll go first because I got something up.
limp. We're gonna ISO against the limp to 4.5. We do. He calls. We are gonna flop top pair. We are gonna bet. He bets out big. So this is recently. So we probably know Nuffle theory at this point. So in Nuffle theory, we are gonna call this. So we call for Nuffle.
Yep.
The turn, when he checks, Nuffle here would say bet 30%. But I think that this is my question to Mike. Would you make an exception here on a 4-card straight and not bet 30% here? Would you just check behind and take your equity?
I would probably continue to follow Nuffle here because
Okay.
you figure when they check that they're not checking us. They're not checking better hands.
Yeah. Well, they might be checking 2-pair, but
I mean,
whatever.
they could be, but again,
but
like the data says that they're just,
Okay.
yeah.
It could be, yeah, it could be 2-pair.
So if I bet 30%, I bet 10 here. Do we think he calls with his 8?
Why do you have? Why do you only have 30, 40 big blinds?
I don't want to talk to you. The reason I'll be honest, I could show you guys this last session, the whole thing, because it's kind of interesting how everybody played. But you're going to see me making this massive mistake of why I have this, and the reason is because my stack in Ignition went down so much that this is my last $43 there.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, I was playing at that. I mean, it's not my last $43 in the world, so, but I hadn't put more in, and I'm playing on fumes here. That's why. And I was going to, because this last session I thought was kind of interesting. I was gonna just run the whole session, go, oh, let's look at how people are playing in this situation. But then I'd have to admit that I made that mistake, that I had gotten down that low, and I didn't want to admit it. So now that I've admitted it, that's why. Do we think that if we bet 10 that he folds his 8 here, or do we think he calls?
No, he will absolutely
calls.
Okay, so this mistake then is not any worse than the results of the mistake aren't bad.
What does the Nuffle's theory says? Even if we have a straight, we're still betting 30%, right?
No, Nuffle is different with book value.
Let me take a look. Let us see.
No,
what
it's even strong values betting 30.
Everything bets 30. Thank you. Yeah, we just bet 30 there.
All right. So
it's the river where we diverge.
It's straight up hungry horse. It works very well actually. I've been using it in live poker, and they are so afraid to raise you.
Yeah. So there we go. So there's Nuffle gone wild. When he bets this, I have the ace of hearts, so I block that. I don't think I can turn my ace of hearts into a bluff here.
If you both had full stacks, that would be a great place to turn your
ace of hearts into a bluff. Yeah.
Oh, this sucks. He used the right sizing.
Yeah, he got me. All right. So
I thought we raise. Okay. Okay. We bet 30%.
No, on the river. No, if this is Nuffle on the river, we call.
Okay.
You call with any pair. We just call his bet.
Got it.
Yeah, and river is where you start considering 4 flushes, 4 straights.
Yeah.
The river overcard. You start to call with little bit stronger hands than any pair.
Yeah, and looking at this, this Nuffle mistake was specifically because of the 4 straight. And when he checked this and then bet this out, I said, you don't have a 4 straight. I have the ace of hearts. You don't have a flush.
Yep.
And so my 9 is a bluff catcher, and there can be bluffs here. And I can beat an 8 that's playing weird, but I ran into 2-pair.
You could have a flush. Yeah, I actually like how he played his hand.
Yeah, I don't have a flush. Yep. You got value. All right. I'll do 3, and then anybody else who's got hands, get them ready. And we will go to you next. Okay, my next hand is going to be this. How does this go wrong? Limp.
You should hide the cards when we do these.
Okay, sure. I'll do that. We'll do it that way. Okay. Limp. we are gonna ISO to the normal size. Get 2 callers, never good. Ah, I know how this goes wrong. I remember this hand. So, multi-way theory for me says that this is a check.
Yep.
That this hand is the most checked of all hands.
Yep.
Okay, now
I think you.
now I
Hmm.
can bet.
You think you need to bet here?
Yeah, I can now bet.
I use often a polarizing size here. I don't know if that's correct. I mean, the argument is that it's a bad sizing because ostensibly they're both capped and cannot call a big bet.
This is how I do it. If I see those guys are limp calling a lot and they're not check raising their draws and they're calling their draws regardless, size up, because they're either gonna call you with a draw or they're gonna call you with a king or jack.
Yeah, and I would say that population check raise draws on turn much less, very rarely. You
Yeah,
get check raised draws on the flop some, and on the turn almost never is going to be my claim.
Yeah, I think you're right. And also
Yeah.
player class is important than colors. You're gonna have less
Yeah.
check raise in their range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you see Sam calling from the big blind and he checks here and you stab, then you're gonna face a check raise from me.
Yeah. So Larry wants to bet around 14 to 18 here, right?
Yeah, I do.
I want to bet around 6 to 10 here. What does everybody else want to do?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the smaller-ish size rather than polarizing size.
Okay.
But I don't know which would be correct, but I'm kind of more in your camp than Larry's camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're inelastic here and there's a lot of draws. So I want to go bigger, like 12,
Okay.
13.
Okay. And this is not our preference. Do we hate this?
No.
No.
I mean, we kind of
No.
got to say that there's no king out there. No king checked twice.
Yeah, no king check twice.
No king checked twice.
Well,
This
wait.
card didn't bring in anything.
Yeah. It's a multi-way pot, so like there could be a chance, but the low chance that somebody still has a king. But they definitely do not have 2 pair plus. Like if anything, they probably like it's a hand like king 5 suited or king 6.
If it's a king, they don't If it's a king, they don't like their kicker.
Yeah,
I think it's better to bet if you're blocking the straight draw plus the backdoor or flush draw, since there's probably a lot of there could be some front doors that are like trying to hit the flush or like But I think it's okay, also okay to check.
Yeah,
and just call down a bluff.
Yeah, this is a situation where I wouldn't I wouldn't care about the blockers because if I see 2 guys limp calling like 6x, just doesn't matter to me.
I mean, if I bet here, whatever size, I'm checking a lot of rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1 bet.
Yeah, so I guess it ends up being the same. Like you either get called here, or you just check and then call the river.
Yeah.
This is unpleasant.
This is unpleasant.
Easy fold for me.
Okay.
I think it might be a little under bluffed.
I'm not making hero calls when I'm in the sandwich.
I think it's gonna be a lot of it.
Good point.
That's
Good
a valid argument.
All right, that would have been much better than what I did.
But I think I call. I call too. Actually.
Right.
You know, the other question. I think Mike is right about being in the middle of the section.
Yeah, that's good.
We also have to ask ourselves: is this an over or under bluffed situation? I'm going to argue it's.
It's a little under bluffed.
I think it's over bluffed.
Oh,
you think so?
I think it's under bluffed.
Just the sizing, by the size itself.
That sizing, it's under bluffing.
I
Okay.
agree.
All right. I think
Whenever,
you guys have a point.
yeah, whenever I see a limp caller and they want to put a lot of money on the river when the card favors me, like they're just under bluffing. I would disregard like any kind of blockers because
Yeah.
they're just limp calling with a bunch of fucking like, suited cards.
So you're listening to the sizing here, as they say.
Yeah, the sizing, it's the most important. Like last night when I check raised the raise pick on the river as a bluff, I always picked when they choose a smaller sizing.
Yeah,
did
it's
it.
closer to 50%.
Yeah, I did it 2 or 3 times and it all worked out. Like when I
Good.
raised the river, it was 2x pot, 3x pot, but they always choose a smaller sizing for a thin value. And you raise them, they're just folding their entire range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's valid.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a good
So,
people
go
exploit.
on. Yeah.
Let me just, can we go back to turn here? Because I'm
Yeah.
wondering if the better choice here is to bet big with the intention of checking back rivers and realizing your equity. Now you could argue we're going to lose the same amount, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But taking the initiative here, I think does have some value.
If
Yeah.
I bet medium, this hand can call medium easily. Flush draw and a gut shot.
Yeah,
I
it's a
bet-
combo draw.
Yeah, if I bet very big, they might fold. And when I bet either size, when they make it to the river, the pot is then inflated. So if they bet big here, it's easier to fold the queen.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm being driven by just wanting to have an easier decision on river, but
Yeah.
I do like the turn bet here. I mean, this is a one street hand, right? So the question is,
Yeah.
Yep.
is it a one street hand on turn and a one street hand on river? And I would argue there's a lot of value to making this a one street hand on turn.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay, to the flop, Scotty, before we move on.
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone here was like, hey, we were just always checking behind. And I was kind of like, this is a good flop for us, like our range versus their range. And I wasn't so sure about the, just auto checking here. And
Why do you think this is? Oh, go on.
Well, because we're the pre-flop aggressor. This flop right here, this 2 broadways and a blank it's good for us and not good for them. So, and here's what I'm going with like ranges. I'm just kind of thinking these would be similar. These limp callers kind of give them blind ranges. Like
no.
If they were like small blind, big blind here, and you raised and they called your pre-flop raise.
Right.
Like
That's what I'm doing.
I would kind of, it would be similar to them playing in the blinds. You'll be in position, they'll be out of position. Their ranges are probably going to be somewhat similar. I mean, no, they're not going to be the same, but they're still going to be wide.
They're going to be wide, but they're going to be all over this area here.
Yeah.
King, Jack, King.
Right. But so are you. Like you have.
That's true.
You have the nut advantage here. And so my thought was that I don't think this is just an auto check in theory. Like we actually get to c-bet here at a decent clip. And I just kind of threw it into Prometheus with us in the hijack and the 2 blinds call. And it did kind of confirm my suspicions. But again, I don't know. Like maybe you're saying like you're saying that maybe you disagree that they're not the versus a blind, you raise, they call, if the ranges are different or not. But
I think they're super different. And but first let's look at what Prometheus does for fun with the queens.
So this is a range bet against blinds. That's what I see.
Yeah, for the most part, 88% or 78.
There's some checks in there.
Yeah.
I would bet this hand.
But queens love it. Queens loves it against the blinds.
Yeah, and particularly if we have a club. Now you didn't have a club, but if we did, that it just made it even that much better.
Yeah. Okay. So
and that was another suspicion of mine. Like if we had a club, I think we should be betting that flop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a range bet in position, though, right? So
for the most part, I mean, there's checking all the way down here.
Yeah, not really an argument. That's a range bet. King Jack and your you should absolutely be betting that on the flop.
Right.
No,
So that's against
oh, yeah,
against
King
the
Jack.
blinds. Yeah, I mean the hands that really want to check are tens, nines, eights, and sevens. Those are the hands that really want to check.
Yeah.
If you decided to take this range and eliminate the 22% checks and go full range bet small, no big bets, no checking, just simplify the range, you would be giving up very little EV, and the only hands you'd really be fucking up are tens, nines, eights. Those are the only hands that really would, and even then, how bad can it be? They still bet sometimes. So that would be a reasonable simplification.
Look at the small blinds range. Click on the small blinds range.
Yeah, so we'll go back to the beginning here. So here's small blind post flop. This is what they're here with.
Okay. How about the big blind?
And then they check, and here's the big blind.
Right. And now, this is why I think this is not valid for this hand. Looking at those two ranges, remember those vaguely, and let me replace the share. And this here is what those real limping ranges are.
They just have more of so the big blind squeeze almost all their suited broadways. So that really
all that suited stuff that's polluting their range that isn't so good for this isn't highly represented. But this shit is.
Yeah.
The king 10, king jack is all over that first limping range.
And this really shows you how screwy a limp range strategy is from EP.
Yeah.
If you're gonna limp, it's gonna be your suited connectors and your middle small pairs.
Those
this
combos
is the worst part of the fucking range to limp.
What?
Those combos are in here.
Yeah, they're in there. But I'm just saying this is that this area here from the big blinds range filled with this is not so well represented, which means that they're more concentrated in these lobes here.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you read this? Is the offsuit combos, like if it was 100% an offsuit and 100% those suited, is it the same amount of combos, or is it still more combos in the offsuit?
The offsuit combo, this is 3 times as many.
So there's like 12 combos right there, or 8 combos.
You can take the numbers, and the way you can think about it is divide all the numbers by 10, and then say that's really that. Say that 10% of the time 8% of the time he does king jack offsuit, and 2% of the time he does jack six suited, and he has 1/3 as many jack six suited as he has the king tens to start with.
Yeah, so we're basically saying those two limping range has more broadways compared to the solver, because
compared to the solver's
the small blind first of all has less offsuit broadways, and then the big blinds 3-bet off most of their suited broadways. If you look back into Prometheus, like there's a hole in the big blind.
Or they folded them.
No, it's a 3-bet preflop, because once the button open, the big blind calls, the small blind calls, like all of those king jack suited, king 10 suited, king jack, king queen suited, those are all 3-bet at 100% frequency. Like the limpers.
And some of the offsuit ones are folded.
Yeah. And then the limpers, they aren't playing like this. So we're facing more Broadway cards.
Yes.
With those two ranges.
Because I always assume ace X suited and then suited connectors in limping ranges. So I didn't really know there was a lot of offsuit broadways.
Oh yeah.
This is the area that people always forget, and it's the one that they love.
Yeah.
They love limping this nonsense. And by the way, that stays true in all the limping positions. So here's EP, here's MP. They look very, there are some changes, but they look very similar.
Yeah.
They're.
Damn, queen jack off. That's like,
yeah.
Should just raise that. I think it has good blockers. Might as well open.
Yeah, you're on the button. You're on the button, and you're sitting here limping queen 10.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, this is the most commonly limped hand on the button is queen 10 off. What?
That's wild.
Yeah. Okay. So back to this world. So that would be my argument why the Prometheus thing is not particularly valid. So so having seen that and heard that argument, what do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I mean that's a good point because they definitely will have more king X than like the solver would say it does. However, now if they limp, you could also argue that they are not going to limp the suited broadways, where in a
Yeah.
solver they'll squeeze the suited broadways in the big blind, but are they,
Yeah.
they are limping at some frequency, but they're also raising them. So that
Yes.
could devoid some of that king X, that the suited Broadway kings.
Yes, on the suited side, which we see. You don't see a lot of you do not see a lot of king jack suited limping. Let's go back over here.
So if you're scared of the king,
No, I'm not scared of the king. I'm saying I'm it's just on the flop.
mhm,
I don't need to worry about anything except an ace. I beat, you have a king and you beat me, or you don't.
right?
And the clubs are going to call anyway. So this hand becomes sort of, this is like a bat. This hand is the same as a king deuce or a bet, queen queen is a bad king. They're the same hand.
Yeah.
So I'm checking back for pot control. I'm checking back because it's marginally made, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to take my value on the turn if they check. When it goes check, check now,
Mhm.
I think that they have, and now I'm going to exaggerate using poker language, no kings. Neither of these guys ever has a king in this situation.
Huh.
With the poker asterisk, that what I mean is that they have a low percentage of kings here in this action. So given that, this is a straight up value bet now.
So why do they have no kings?
Because they had to do two things. They had to not bet the king. They had to not lead with the king, which sometimes they do, but not a lot. And then when I check back here, when they have a king here,
Mhm.
they've got to be afraid of the two flush draws. They've got to be uncomfortable with the straight draws out there. And so they bet it. They don't give a free card.
But what kings would they have? So they don't
King
have
10.
king queen. You block
They,
king.
they have king 10 and king jack, and they checked it on the flop for a check raise, and they didn't get the check raise in.
Right. So the king jack is out. The king
Yeah.
queen is out. The ace king is out.
Yeah.
The king 10 maybe is there for
Yeah,
something.
the king 10 is there. Oh, no. They bet their king 10. They bet their king 10 here, I believe.
You think they bet their king 10 on the flop?
No, on the turn.
Think they
This is
bet
it.
their queen on the turn?
Now is when my queens are not safe right now. This is why I don't think that the queens are the best hand more than 60% of the time right now. No.
I mean, you got your king
And
10.
when they are, they're not beat on the next card very often.
Right.
Okay. So they sometimes. Here's where I said they have no kings. Check, check. Now they have no kings.
Yeah, I would argue that the people that limp and then call a raise, they are going to bet even king 7 here, king deuce if they limped it.
Yeah, they're betting all their kings.
Or they are not.
So what? They are.
They will bet it.
They are betting king deuce here, king.
Yeah,
king.
I think there'd be more, the type of player that limp calls like that will typically bet a king here, I think, no matter what king they have.
Because what happens if a heart comes? What happens if a club comes? What happens if an ace comes? What happens if a queen comes? What happens if a 10 comes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just passive because I wouldn't bet any king except maybe king 10.
No, we wouldn't. The people on this call, wouldn't bet a king 7 or whatever it is that we happen to limp and
Limped
call
it
with.
in.
But the kind of player profile that does do that, they're absolutely like, oh my God, okay, I got the best hand. I got to.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And of course, sometimes I'll be wrong. I'm fine with that. But the vast majority of the time, and therefore in poker simplification, all the time, I have the best hand now. I didn't on the flop, but now I do. So I should bet.
Yeah. One street hand right here.
Yeah. And I'm unsure why I didn't bet now. I'm sure why I didn't bet on the flop. And then on the river, so that goes back to Mike's question on flop here. So having said all that though, Mike, do you still favor a bet on the flop? And you
No,
can, you don't have to agree
no,
with
I'm
me.
not saying, I didn't bring it up to say you absolutely should have bet. I'm just saying we were all like, kind of like, oh yeah, we absolutely have to check here. And I was
Yeah.
just kind of questioning that
Okay,
initial reaction of ours.
okay, there we go. And on the river to this size, I should fold. And the thoughts that I looked at that were not enough was I block the flush, I block the straight. So I block the two nuts.
Yeah, but you haven't eliminated anything.
Yeah. But I lose to every ace. I mean, he doesn't have to have a hand even near this strong. I just lose to any ace.
Yeah, you lose
Yeah.
anything. Yeah. So you haven't eliminated anything.
No, I should.
Well, I mean, he has eliminated some combinations of straights and
No, I mean
flushes.
through your betting because
Arithmetically, he's
Right.
eliminated, but
Because
you're
you
right.
check-
They
you
don't
check-
have
you
they
check
don't
the
have a
flop,
filtered
you-
range.
right.
Yes.
But
Filtered
but
range.
talking about blockers is not about how the range is filtered due to previous betting. Talking about blockers is just arithmetically making those hands less likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can argue whether or not that matters at all. But
Then you use that argument to say, as you are blocking those hands and they less likely have them, they more likely have the other hands they're betting for, i.e. an ace, right?
I
well.
just didn't want it to be true.
Fair.
You
Well,
know,
but guess
I've
what? We're
made calls
humans.
like this as well. I've made calls like this, yeah.
yeah. It just it feels just so weak to get here and do this. And it's just a mistake. This is not betting here is a mistake, and calling here is probably an even bigger mistake.
You should look at your database at river bluff catching.
Yeah.
Look at how much money you're losing.
Yeah, that's actually a good lesson for all of us.
Ooh,
How
that's a good.
efficiency?
All right.
Can you put that filter in chat? And I want to have a look at how much money I've burned.
Yeah, we're gonna look on this. Buff catch
I think it's called the river efficiency.
filter.
Yeah, river efficiency should be around 50%, 53% or something.
50% minimum, I think.
Okay,
yeah.
let's see if we can get that answer.
It is a specific statistic called river efficiency.
Statistic.
I think one thing you got to be cautious about on that stat though is depends on how you play up to that point. Like your river call efficiency could be really high, and it could mean you're just nothing but really good hands. Like you're really
Right.
Yeah, if your river call efficiency is too
higher.
high, then you're not.
Yeah.
You've got issues as well.
All right. So the way I'm going to find that, just for fun, let's see. Does anybody know the steps for this? I have to do another report, don't I? I have to do a.
Can you add it as a column here?
Right click down right where you're at, Scotty, down there in the empty space.
Oh, here.
Yeah, right click, and I think it's configure
report,
and then that's where you can add their stat. If you just search river, yeah, and it should
river call.
Go river space E.
Everybody.
Pull right there.
Was it river call?
River call efficiency. I've just found it on my one.
And yeah, and where does it live?
Under river.
Just found
under river.
River.
Because I could tell you the last 10 session when I call the river when the bet was more than half pot. I don't think I win one of them.
I think I'm
not one.
I think you got to do it.
I think I'm in the wrong
the
place.
table
I think
above.
I have to do a.
Do
I think I have
table
to
above.
first do a report. I think I have to do this. I have to do a new report, and I have to do. Oh,
well,
what?
a hand can't have.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is I think I have to do a non-hand report. So let's do that.
yeah.
I think I have to do. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
New report. I have to do a player report.
Yeah, you could do that. Or yeah.
Player report. I want to report grouped by player. That's fine. Finish that. Now I can add the stat of river call efficiency.
Oh, you're doing it for whatever you want. Okay.
I don't care. I just want, we'll do me. We'll see it. River, let's search for efficiency. River call efficiency. There it is. Add that. Okay, one player. So now we go here, we go statistics. No.
Well, it's there at the top,
My river call, oh,
So-
it's 1.39. My river efficiency is
but I don't
1.39.
know
it's-
how to,
so that's-
so Hold'em manager shows it differently.
So
Right, but
that's
we know
your-
that I've lost $1,800 or
That's weird.
$1,700
I'm
calling
pretty sure
rivers.
it's the win. It's the call win divided by the all your calls.
Yeah.
So 1.4 means that sounds like it'd be high efficiency, but because one would be one should be break even.
All right, I'll let,
I'm confused.
play with it.
Is
Somebody
this-
play with it this week, and then we can all look at our river call efficiencies tomorrow or next week. Right? So somebody figure it out, and then tomorrow
Yeah.
we'll talk about what they figured out,
Yeah.
and then next week we'll give them back to their hands.
Yeah, that's so weird. I think one
Yeah.
is break even, so I don't know why it would be
I know. Well, it could be
negative.
that I won a ton of times in smaller stakes and then lost in the bigger
Oh
stakes.
yeah, right.
That
right,
could happen.
Yeah.
You don't know
could
why
have
it would have
called-
happened.
You could have called the smaller
Yeah.
smaller pots, yeah.
Okay. All right, and then this will be my third one here, and then I will hand it off. All right. Queen 8. This is a fold on the button. This guy's got a fold to steal that we do not know. This guy's got a fold to steal that we do not know. So there doesn't seem to be a good reason to do this.
I
Looking
like
at their
it. I like
stats.
the expansion.
Let's see. This guy's a V27, this guy's a V50. Against
Let's
a V50,
go,
this seems like a
Scott.
bad idea. This
Yeah.
seems like a bad idea. Sam and Larry like it.
I would
Yeah.
hold off
There-
on it. I like
there-
them to be tight or really fishy, and
Yeah.
the big blind looks really fishy.
Yeah,
maybe-
deep.
But is he fishy in the way that I want to be, want to be playing Queen 8 in position against him? I guess maybe. Maybe I could just look at this and say, if you have a V of 50, you are a generically bad player. We haven't determined what your bad play is yet. You're a bad player, and I want to be playing pots in position against bad players who are deep stacked. So that's the argument for doing it. The argument against doing it is your particular bad play is that you call too much. Because you call too much, that means that my good hands will get called a lot, but I shouldn't play my bad hands. So I shouldn't be playing this hand. Having said both of those, what do you guys think of which way should I be adjusting to the type of
Have we
bad
s-
player this is?
I
Have you
think you
seen
wanna
him limp?
play hands in position against bad players. I think this is a 1 pip expansion. And I think it's good. I think it's a good expansion.
Yeah,
He has
love it.
called 9-4 offsuit in the blinds.
Perfect. That's wonderful. When I see that, like I'm opening 100%, 100%.
He has
Uh-huh.
limped and called with king 5 off. He's limped and called with
Yep.
king 5 offsuit.
100%.
100%
to
of
say.
hands is too much.
Shouldn't you is it like if they're calling too much, you should defend less?
Well, we're not
Or like
I'm not
more
defending.
linear. Or sorry, you should like raise open linearly since
Mhm.
they're defending too much.
That
Yeah,
is a classic
Scotty.
debate. And I
But
think
then it balances if they're bad post swap, then you can open more, I guess.
my argument is that we get to leverage position. So when we've got button, let's leverage position. But I think Mike has a different view, which is fine.
Yeah, and
Either way.
it does. That's definitely part of it. And Scotty, open up the 2.5 ranges that
Okay.
you use, and then what
Okay.
I'm hearing from a lot of pretty decent players is that when you have players in the blinds that are really calling wide, that you tend to not want to raise the bottom-ish portion of your range, the range that values their folds pre-flop. Like you get EV from those hands from them folding. And players that call too much don't fold enough to make those hands profitable. So like the bottom of these ranges, Queen 8 is not going to be in the range, but it's a high card hand. Whereas if you drop like 10-8 and then a lot of these other suited jack, like these suited jacks and 9-6, and those are probably better because you're leveraging your in position. But like the bottom, like ace-3, some of those, maybe the high card stuff is still good to expand, and you lose the lower card value, the low card value that you get value from when they fold pre-flop.
So
Maybe if they're
let me say, Yeah, they're not three betting enough. So let me say one thing on Mike's.
Yeah.
So here's a way of looking at it. Because they are calling more often, my hands that require folds to be profitable, which are king 7, king 8, queen 8, jack 8, all these need them to be folding to be profitable. I drop these out, and then you say, but how are you taking advantage of his bad play? And the way I'm taking advantage of his bad play is that I'm making more money than I should on all of these hands, on the 10-9, jack 9, queen 9, all these hands that are marginally profitable against the correct range become very profitable against his range. So that would be the argument. Sam's argument is he plays bad, I'm in position, fuck that guy.
No, that's not what I think.
Okay, what does Sam think?
That
What does
sounds
Sam
correct
think?
too, though.
What does Sam think? That's
Yeah,
Larry's position.
you guys are thinking like I used to think the same way. Like if they're calling too wide, I want to leave out those hands. But back then when I play, I'm not dragging him to the river. Right. If he started off with like 60 big blinds, I'll be very selective on my opens. But he has 260 big blinds right now. And these kind of players, when they have a good hand, they'll let you know. And when they only have one pair, they're only calling down. So I'm forcing like the best bluff. It's when you get them to call the flop, call the river, and then
Call the
fold
turn.
call
Call the
the flop,
call
call the turn, fold the river.
Right.
So
So
that's what I'm trying to do. Like,
yeah.
that's what I change it to now because the ranges are so wide. I don't even mind. Like sometimes I even size down to get them to call with their entire range because I want to drag them to the river and just fucking
and
drown.
then drown them. And
Yes.
and before you get a chance to drown them, they're going to at some point say to you very clearly, "Oh, by the way, I have scuba gear."
Yeah.
They're going to make that super clear.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they
man.
because
Could
they
be a whale
turn.
in some.
Yeah, because when they turn two pair or they turn some kind of a draw, turns two pair or turn set like turn strong hands or flop strong hands. When you bet
They're gonna raise
small,
you.
they're gonna raise you. They'll let you
Gotcha.
know. So
Okay.
That's true.
Okay. So I'm gonna state this a slightly different way. I'm gonna say Sam's position is that because this guy plays bad, that
Full face
along
up.
with him being too wide, pre-flop, the other thing he's going to do bad is allow me to outplay him post-flop with this style, which is he will let me know when I will be able to bluff him off everything, and when I can't bluff him off, he will let me know. And so I will be very rarely bluffing into a brick wall because he will announce his brick walls to me.
Yep.
Okay.
You have to give
Larry's.
Nuffle.
Oh,
you have to give him a chance to set up Nuffle.
Yeah. Larry's position is he plays bad, I'm in position, fuck this guy.
Maybe a little bit more nuanced, but we can go with that.
Okay. Scotty's position
just like we looked
is,
at river calls, right? If we did
Yeah.
a database on our river calls, we could also look at a database of when we raise a hand like Queen 8 and see how we do with how profitable Queen 8 is, or Queen 7,
Yeah.
or
Right.
7 deuce, or whatever.
Yeah. That would be Sam's database.
I don't play
of opening
online.
any two. I know. So here we go. So, and Scotty's position is, there's a sliver. I rolled high. Okay. So he calls.
Oh, perfect flop.
He checks. I'm going to, if I'm going to play this style, I'm going to hungry horse him. So I'm going to bet small to get him to call with his weak shit and raise a strong shit. I bet around half pot. He calls. So
Yep.
what's his range now? Oh, let's actually go here. When he checks now, what's his range? He has some 9x. He has some 7x. He has some flush draws. He has some straight draws. That's what he's got.
Has a lot of flushes.
He has
He has a lot of
3x
flushes.
and a lot of junk like Queen 10 and
every backdoor.
Yeah. Overcards. So with his flush, I have to make sure he doesn't have a flush here.
Yeah.
So I bet 3. He calls. He doesn't have a flush. So what is his range? So what's his range now? A lot of one pair hands. He's got a lot of one pair hands here that got here. I have flushes. He doesn't. I have overpairs. He doesn't. I have
That's true.
very good nines. He doesn't. Pot is 16. But he has a
One-
pair,
Yeah.
so I have to bluff him
Once,
off.
yeah.
Oh, go on. Yes, Sam.
Once in a while, they will have like the nut flush slow playing.
Yeah.
But that's okay. But most of their range is a
Right.
pair.
Right. The 5 does not bring in many straights that he has.
Good point.
He didn't get here with this straight very often. He checks. So, what's your size here, Sam?
Bomb away. At least 25 big blinds.
Okay.
Somewhere around 25
That's-
to like 2x
that's good.
pot.
So about 2x pot.
Yeah, that's what I would
Yeah.
Okay.
use.
I was
Right,
gonna say 20.
because
Yes, Scotty,
Right,
yes.
right, exactly. Because
Beautiful.
he is capped at 1 pair,
And you have
and
straight
even his
block.
1 pair hand, even when he has a 9 here, he doesn't have a good kicker, right? So how can he call me with 9-4 offsuit?
Oh my god.
So this is the so the note on this hand is
It's
horse gone
Kong's-
wrong.
I would just mark it as Kong Station and just
Yeah, it happened.
get value in
happened.
the future.
I like the line. I think it's the right
Yeah.
line.
So now you see that. Then you make adjustments right away.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
Now
you
we
could
know
just,
that when we have real value, we can still go 2x pot.
Yeah.
you could
So
value a lot
like
of
if you
things.
have anything better than a 9, like king, like jack 9 or above,
Yeah.
you go 2x pot.
Yeah. Yep. So there we go. All right. I will hand it over to who else has hands? Who's
I
ready?
have hands
Who's got-
today.
All right.
Should
Anybody
I-
else? Then Larry, get your hands ready. Larry is going to be next. I'm going to
All
stop
right.
sharing and we're going to go to Larry.
All right, do you guys want to see the hand where I pulled $1,000 or the hand where I really fucked up? Which one do you want to see first?
Both of them. Both of them.
All right, let's start with the hand where I pulled.
And don't let us know which one it is.
Yeah, don't
Alright.
tell us.
All right, tens, full ring, early position. Got a fun player. I'm deep. I'm playing deep for me, not deep for the other guys here, but I'm deep. Deep, deep in the sense of big blinds. We are playing, what is this? 200, 300 big blinds, 250 big blinds deep against button. We opened to 10. It was tens. And of course, this is live, so get lots of calls. And we get a beautiful flop. You're now in the middle of a 4-way sandwich. You have a lot of options here. None of which are check fold. What are you guys doing here?
This is and play for stacked hand. This flop is likely to get stabbed. We're checking to check raise.
Okay, I like it. We're playing SPR 10.
Good.
I don't know what I do. I do not do that. I use a different model. I'd like check raising here. I think that's an excellent play. I just choose to bet small, but I think you've got a good placing. I check and then we get clicked.
Yay.
So this is very, very interesting. And then we've got the short stack, who's the surly drunk. And he re-clicks.
Min reclick, but he only has 41 behind, right?
That is correct. He's got 41 behind him. Yeah. What are you guys doing now?
I would completely different than what I was going to do before. I'm calling.
I think calling is okay. What's our SPR does probably allow for calling.
I'm raising 41.
That's nice too.
I think we just got lots of options here.
Yeah, I'm
What's
raising.
what's the read on the fun player?
Fun player was having a good night. He is very call happy. He doesn't know how to fold. He's very new to poker and he smokes a lot of pot, but I don't know if he's
Okay.
high right now.
Do we think this is a set?
Um,
No.
well, I'm not gonna
No.
answer, but what do you
Oh.
guys think?
I mean, it could be, but I think his range is a lot of pairs like sixes through nines too that just are like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
this
His
point,
pairs,
go ahead. I'm sorry, Sky.
okay, so here's my thought of Button. Button has draws here that he raised the min to get a cheap turn card to go check, check. That's in his range. I don't say that's what his cards are, but he has, when he has pocket fives and pocket fours, I think he raises bigger than this most of the time, but he's got some of that. When he's got pairs between the 5 and the 10, I think mostly calls rather than raises. When he's got another 10, which he doesn't have very often because you block him, he can make this size. So I think that this hand is one pair hands and draws.
And he's trying to induce a check, check.
And he's trying to induce check, check on the turn. But the important thing here is none of that matters, in my opinion, because when you call, he has the opportunity to re-raise, the thing that you wanted to give him the chance to do, which he will do with his fives and his fours. So when he's got pocket fives and pocket fours, he's going to re-raise your call, which is exactly what you want. When he has I don't think you're not gonna try to raise now and price out his draw because he's where the money is.
Yep.
When you go bigger, you've said to him, my hand is one that against a raise and a re-raise wants to continue to raise. And now all of his one pair hands go, well, I'm fucked. When you call here, you're saying, I might have a bad 10, I might have pocket nines, I might have a draw also. And he can respond to that and he can make a mistake now on turn. And the only thing that you give up is you give up charging his draws. And that's enough. That's what I think.
I see your point.
And the turn, unlike if this guy wasn't in here on the turn, if you just called hoping that you could get a check raise on the turn from him and he goes check, check, it's over. But if he just calls here, you know that he's not going to, that he's less likely to stab if villain 41 here
If I just
checks. There's always a bet on the turn if you want there to be one now.
If we call here, you have to donk the turn.
Yeah, if it goes check to you, you're going to donk the turn.
No, if we call here and he calls behind and he doesn't raise, then we have to donk the turn.
Right.
Because he's not putting any more money in with a draw or a pair.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now I'm a little bit overtrained by maybe solvers. I don't have many turn donks after I call.
Yeah.
But I think that's something I probably need to unlearn.
Right.
But
and then we'll see if what happens if you call and he calls behind, and then 41 bets his 41 on the turn. You can decide whether you want to raise or not. Yeah. I don't know whether you do. But
I don't. I'm going to take the initiative here. I am not going to go up betting lead.
Okay.
With this hand, but I see the value of what you're saying.
Yeah.
The way I'm looking at this is small blind doesn't matter anymore, right?
Right.
He's got 40 behind in a pot of 1 and 2.
Yeah.
He's just kind of inconsequential. Now I'm just playing out of position to button.
Right.
And I want to get money in.
Okay.
So I click. Little too cheeky, maybe, but I'm okay with it for the reasons that he's not folding.
He can't fold a draw. In that case, I think you should go bigger and get more money from that draw.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is a little too cheeky.
Yeah, because you've told him you love your hand because you've decided to raise. Now, the one thing that could go good, there's one good. Let me see. If he jams the 41 here. The action gets reopened. Yes, no, 70. Yes, it does. This is good. That's the one reason this is really good.
Yeah, that's right. That's
if
true.
He calls 20 and this guy goes 41, then you can go big after he's put in another 20.
So
let's see what happens.
I 50. He calls.
Come on, jam.
There it
Good.
is.
That's why this
So-
is good.
Now, what are you doing?
Going to a number that is at least 120.
Now let's think about what our SPR is on flop now.
Hmm.
SPR is 2. There's not many situations where we can't get it in on turn. Well,
Yeah, make it a little bit bigger.
all right.
So
I
you're
think you
saying
guys are
you're
right.
saying just call?
Yep.
Uh,
You don't like it. Where are you going? What
No.
size are you using?
at least 120.
120. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna keep his draws in.
Yeah.
All right.
He's not
I'm
folding
down with-
any of his draw.
So I like
And you'd
it.
love this
What
to be
you
a
guys are
two-street hand.
saying is that this is a hyper deep hand.
Yeah.
Not for live, but it's deep for me playing years and years online. Let's make this a 2-street game.
Wouldn't this be such a great
250
hand?
bigs.
Yeah, against his draws. Don't you want to make it a 2-street game?
Yeah.
So
I
they
think
get
you're
all the
right.
money in,
Yes.
so you don't leave anything left over? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was a little too cheeky here.
Yeah.
I like a
Okay.
2-street game here.
Yeah, I would even make it a little bit bigger than 125 because
Sure.
he's calling with all his draws. You want to give him the wrong price. Like you don't want to give him too bad of a price on the turn because we're
Yeah.
jamming the turn. If you jam 300 into 300, he's not getting like the right price. But you want to give him like a slightly worse price, like jamming. I don't know, like 250 into. If you bet 50 more, it's like 400 into the pot.
You can argue, yeah, you can argue
you know
he's
what-
got
you know what I mean?
33% with his nutted draws. But they're nutted, so his draws are nutted, so he's ostensibly. So
Yeah,
we,
so I'm
so we want to,
Go back one step.
sure.
Well, finish
Sure.
your sentence and then go back one step. Finish your sentence.
So we want to give him a price that is not profitable for that 33%. But again, yeah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, so when you got cheeky and bet 50, the best thing in the world that could happen, I mean, well, the second best, 540 could jam on you and he could
Yes.
call. That'd be great. He could do the raise, but when he doesn't do the raise and then you get the 71, which is what you want, you didn't get to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I see your point.
Because you could have bet 71 here just as easily and gotten the call. You risked you played this way so that this would happen, and then you didn't take advantage of it.
I think you have a valid point.
Okay,
Like
now go on.
So the price we're looking at here is the sizing we should be looking at here is 125. Is that kind of what we're saying?
Sure, that's a good number.
No, bigger.
What number
Make
do you
it to
like?
like
If you're targeting a draw, you want his money in on a turn, right? So then you want the pot to be about 400, 450, something like that.
click it to like 175.
Yeah, and that'll get the pot to
Does
450.
175 keep his draws in?
175, and then you have like 270 on turn.
You
I
don't
think he's
hate
more-
it if
He's more likely to. He's not folding his draw to like 120 more bucks when the pot is like what 3 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's calling 120, like 125 more. He's not folding, and then you give him another chance on the turn to make a calling mistake when you jam your 275 into whatever
Yeah.
the pot is.
I like it.
think they make more mistake that way.
Yeah.
Right. And then one other thing, Larry,
Yeah.
if you make it so exactly that so if you make it so he calls exactly 1/3 of the pot, then if he looks on his little HUD and goes, well, I'm 1/3 to make my draw, so I can call a 1/3 here, not making the mistake that you used to make, not understanding that no, all the rest of the money is going in on the turn. You're doing the wrong math.
Yeah.
That's perfect, right? He thinks that 1/3 is the right odds, and it's not.
That's a good point.
Okay, so here we go.
We don't love this hand, this card, but we're gonna go with it. So I now,
Yeah, I like the donk.
yeah, I'm now
Oh,
thinking.
you got a donk. You got a donk.
Yeah, you got it. Well, this guy's all in.
Yeah.
So 255. I put in essentially half pot. He's getting 25%, 18% against his draws,
Yeah.
excluding ace
Yeah.
three.
But you have stacked depth behind though. That's the thing.
And then he makes it an easy choice for me.
Yep.
Yep.
And we drag 1,000.
Ooh, Seth,
Got him.
his aces. Wow.
Great.
Yeah, surely guys slow playing his aces.
Yeah. So I'm surprised that he didn't repop it.
On flop?
Drinking.
Pre-flop.
Yeah. Yeah, pre-flop. I mean, on
Oh,
flop. On
that-
flop. I'm
yeah,
surprised he didn't. But he was slow playing you.
Yeah, he was playing tricky with his last
Yeah.
$70.
And so it's all going, no, not that guy. Fun player.
Fun
That's
player.
the set of
Yeah,
fours.
fun. Yeah, he's slow playing.
Yeah. He goes there. I'm surprised that he doesn't repop there.
Yeah, yeah.
But he doesn't care. He just
But
goes,
now
we'll get
he's
we'll
like,
get it all in on the
now
turn.
he decides to fast play.
Yeah, great.
And there we are. So another hand.
Yes.
Well, that goes to show what Hungry Horse says. If you give them a chance on the turn, they will still fast play.
Yeah.
Right? When they're in position on the flop, they're the most likely to slow play. And then if you give them another chance on the turn, they will still fast play.
Let's look at. Yes. Yeah. All right. Let's look at aces against a rig. I don't think I've shown this hand to you. So open to 7. I'm down. I mean, it's a different night. I change thing what other people are doing and what actually gets folds. And we get to play heads up. All right, we like this.
Oh wow.
So we are. I think this size is all right. This is like a little, maybe not too small. But I like it. What do you guys think? Going bigger?
Yeah, I usually go bigger. But you're
60?
very shallow though.
Well, I get, yeah, not to my online brain. We're playing 100 and whatever
Well,
that
'cause
is,
if you make
150,
it
125 big limp deep. But,
'cause-
for live, it's shallow.
well, yeah, you could make it 60, 65. It's still not over like a third of your stack.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's valid. Get called, we get this flop. I think Hungry Horse likes to check here, actually, doesn't he? Or I mean, his strong hands and his strong draws, he bets.
no. In a 3-bet pot, in a 4-bet pot, when it's shallow, we usually just wanna go bet.
Yeah, so that's what I did here. I used a small sizing. Third, I think this is okay.
Yeah.
We really like this card.
Let's go
There's
bet
only one
set.
combo of 4s. And he calls. Oh, I remember what I wanted, because remember weeks ago, we were talking about how to size. So weeks ago, Scotty, we were talking about how to properly size to get it all in.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that I only show heartbreak hands.
Mhm.
So I decided I'd add this hand, which I think I played well. And I think I played it well because I like my sizing a lot. So
Yeah.
here the sizing is, we were talking about essentially how to properly size to get it all in out of position. And here I like my sizing.
Yep.
Here I like my sizing, which is essentially a B60. And now he's in an awkward spot because he is got $95 and a pot of 13. He's
He's pot
called
stuck.
down, and now it's just very easy for him to make a bad call when he rivers 10 here when he had a flush draw. Not to mention, what about his I think actually technically this is a call, my 4-bet. Most people would fold this pre. Well, I like his 3-bet. He's a rig, we can see. He's got a
Technically, it's
wide
a
3-bet
fold.
range. And then he gets this sizing. He could, yeah, we're probably deep enough for him to make a call with suited connect there.
In position, 10-9?
No,
Yeah,
no, it's not. You're not deep enough.
You're not?
I think in theory this is a call.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
This is obviously part of the tree we don't go into often, but this is a call. But now, knowing what he has, yeah, my sizing is so yeah. Let me see. So I'm giving him, so he's getting 25%, and I think can call, even though his raw equity is 18 because he's in
I
position.
think once the board pairs, you gotta fold the 10-9 because you're not drawing to the nuts.
That's a valid point. That's a really good point. Yeah, maybe he needs to get away from this.
Yeah, once the 4 hits, you just gotta
But
go.
then then he's just like fuck.
Yeah, you should have folded.
So all right, so I've shown 2 hands where I did well.
No way. We're not folding the turn. That's a combo draw.
Where? So what was it? What was the
Was
turn?
it? Did I miss a
No,
call?
it was just the
Oh, it's a combo draw.
8-9
Yeah,
to
he's got
11,
he's got a gutter.
Yeah, if you got a
Yeah.
gutter, but the board's already paired. Your combo, none of your draws matter if he has paired.
Well, it's a 4-bet pot. Why are we afraid of boats? Like you're afraid of just
You're afraid of
queens?
pocket queens, yeah. If you're not,
Oh, this is like, no.
I'm saying if you're not drawing to the nuts, is it a good practice to just not draw at all, man? Why are you drawing if you're not drawing to the nuts?
He's betting 80 into what, like 3 something? This hand should never be folded if you get like argue this is a fold pre-flop. Because I will be looking at you and be like, I'm looking at an extremely strong range. This hand is just you need to be like uber deep. Like at a 1-2 game, if you have 1,000, then I would call.
Okay.
You're only at like 260 big blinds. Like, I mean, $260. I'm not calling with this hand. If I happen to 3-bet it from the button and I get 4-bet, I'm not calling. I know what the solver says, but you don't have those bluffs.
I'm not trying to prove you wrong. I'm now just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fold actually.
Yep.
Yeah,
Not
it's
wrong.
a fold.
Pre-flop?
Right.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
even close.
Okay.
And the lower ones do some calling. The 6-5-5-4 do some calling
Yeah,
because their 2 pairs are 100% are clean.
Yeah, the straights are clean. Like 10-9, you're often running into the shit end of the straights.
All right, so 2 hands where I did well. 1 hand where I really, really fucked up. And I'm showing this hand to shame myself. I don't know why that's good for my play, but that's what it is. So this is
That's a very nice someone's girlfriend.
it's true. So it was like they were like this beautiful couple, like they were like a model level couple actually.
You mean it was a hot girl, right?
And her boyfriend was hot. Yes, she was incredibly hot.
Damn.
And her
Thanks.
actually, frankly, very attractive boyfriend was here in button.
So that's why you fucked up the hand.
Maybe. I did really fuck it up. All right. She's the big blind. We get a limp. I'm gonna ISO. I ISO to 18. Whatever. I like this size, so I like to put a lot of chips in. One of Bart's little things is that sometimes one of his metas is that he likes to sometimes he'll choose to put in a lot of smaller chips just to make it look like a bigger size. So I said 18. She flats. Or heads up. My heads up against the most beautiful person who's ever graced the poker room where I play.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
Exactly. So you have an
she's on a short stack.
SPR. You have an SPR of Auga. Okay, go on.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it her money or not?
I don't know.
Just
Good
kidding.
question. I think no, it was because she got stacked later and she went and got money out from the ATM.
Yeah.
She just totally fucked up bomb pots. SPR of Wuga of 3. And then we get the infamous donk, small donk here. Obviously, due to our extensive training, we are never folding. Call now. SPR of not much, less than 2, a little less than 2, 1.8, I guess. I'm guessing. And then she gives up, checks. This card is good for our range. What are you doing?
Bet.
What size?
Isn't it 70% with the what's it called? Strategy?
Yeah,
Knuckle
but
strategy?
we've got a very awkward SPR situation here, right?
Yeah.
If we put in like 70%, like 35, like what's that, 45? Around there. That's gonna leave her with about 75 behind into a pot of 150. Getting very hard to call.
So go a little smaller.
We don't really have dramatic ability
Fold
to
equity
shove.
on river, you mean, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, so
we're
go a little
missing
smaller then.
So I go
40, is it?
40
that's
to
too
have,
big.
40 to have a
That's-
big bet on the river. Okay.
That's too big though.
She calls, yeah.
She's
it's
got
too big.
80.
Still
Now
too
she's
small.
got 80
Something like that.
behind.
Nah.
B50. She called Brickish River.
Yeah, I'm giving up.
Oh my god, I'm not a piece of shit.
I'm giving up.
I totally hated myself for this hand. This hand generated so much self-loathing. I was so upset with myself for this.
She's not
hand.
going to fold.
Yeah,
She knows if she is completely inexperienced at poker, she's not going to fold a 7.
Yeah.
And that is what I've seen over and over again. I think that was going through my head. That's what I've seen over and over again, Scotty, is that
Can't bluff a donkey.
there have been very, very new people who show up to this room because it's downtown and they kind of just
Yeah.
wander in.
I always lose the girls, so I switch tables if I were you.
Say, I didn't hear you.
I was like, I always lose the girls, so I would have just switched tables.
I'm not going to switch tables and not be able to stare at her.
Oh, true.
I'm an old man. I don't usually sit 5 feet away from an astonishingly beautiful woman. It's very rare. So I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, you bet too big on the turn.
And I kind of did bet too big on the curve. I can't empty the clip here. And yeah, right. So I've seen it over and over again. People will call down light when they're just very new to the game.
Yeah.
She wasn't even playing with her own money, was she?
Say it again.
She wasn't playing with her own money.
No,
We think she was. We think she
Yeah,
was, but
but it wasn't clear at this point.
Okay.
How do
that
you
is
know
a good
her
question.
boyfriend isn't playing with her money, eh?
Could be.
Hey.
Maybe. Oh my god, they were like the fucking dream couple. Like if there's like they start a future like country of just like top G, and these guys are just fucking. I was like, what the hell are you doing in the fucking poker room on a Friday night? And anyway,
taking your money is what she's doing.
She is. So I'm glad you guys.
Yeah,
actually, I am honestly glad you're telling me this because I was really upset with my check back and we chopped.
No, he has half pot.
Wow.
My god.
Wow.
Surprised you called.
So we can all understand her donk on flop, right? It's a very common way that new players will go.
Really? With ace queen with nothing?
Yeah. It's hard to understand her call on turn.
Well, let's say, right? Let's say
on the flop, right?
Her donk on the flop is good, right? Because it hits her range better than your range. So the donk on the flop, you could argue, is actually a good donk. Right?
Yeah, that's a good play.
Actually.
All right, so here's how we gotta look at this one because we gotta learn about it. So her best play on the flop is a check raise.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. But because this is a donkable board and we don't study donk boards, let's see whether ace queen is in the donk when you call it from the big blind.
So this is not a donkable
how it continues.
This is not a donkable board.
I think the 3 takes it off.
All right, let's find out.
Above a 3.
Because of this,
it is probably a donkable board.
This is
SRP.
absolutely a donkable board.
Just right, 7
donkable board in SRP. I mean,
7
this is obviously drastically different than SRP. But
that's true.
But this is a donkable board in SRP because big blind has not advantage.
So I think we went through this. I think it was on something last week or week before last where we were saying donkable board or not. And I think that's because the 3 is there, and you're not supposed to have a bunch of 3s in the big blind. You're folding a bunch of them. It's not a dunkable board. It has to be like.
Well, it is a dunkable board because who has 5-6 and who doesn't have 5-6?
She has more 5-6 than you.
Yeah.
That makes it a dunkable board. She's got an advantage.
No, he's not. He's not supposed to call with 5-6 off pre-flop. So the 5-6 suited, you both have the same. This is not a dunkable board.
She doesn't have 5. She doesn't open 5-6 suited pure.
Do you want to
Does
bet?
she? Maybe she does.
Do you want to bet $25 on Venmo? This is a dunkable board. That's right. No, I won't go there.
I feel like there's so many like
Alright.
she could have an ace, like a lot of 7x that just
Okay.
could be donking to protect.
Yeah.
Okay, Larry, you've got this. You've got the screen. Burn one, and let's go through, because let's see that if she donks the ace queen, first of all, and second of all, if you do you continue on turn? Now this is going to be fucked up because of the SPR, because of your 18 and the 2 limps. So it's not applicable, but for the exact hand. But let's just
team. I will burn my.
These are live ranges.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. What position I am? I am cut off.
Right.
Cut off versus button.
Right.
Big blind.
So look at how many 6-5s cutoff has relative to their range.
Yeah, and is your range like maybe a little tighter if you want to go hijack instead of cutoff because of the limpers?
See?
Sure, do that. That means I'm going to win my bet against Sam more. So
you don't have to, but I'm just saying it might be
I'm
a
just
little bit
kidding.
more realistic.
Yeah, we just have a smattering of 6-5.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Right, okay. There's a big blind.
And the call.
And ace queen calls, so that's great.
And then 7 diamonds, 4 clubs, 7 diamonds, 4 clubs,
3 hearts.
3 hearts.
You did 4 of spades. I don't know if it makes a difference.
Yeah.
We'll live with it. So
Theory.
This is a donk range board.
Donk range board. Wow.
Right. So
wow.
And then
let's give her.
It's probably the most donk.
Then we're gonna go geeky on this. We can look and say, we can filter for straights.
This is in cash too. Donk range in cash. Wow.
Now we're just looking at straights.
I mean, this is like the one hand, you know.
He's just got big blind has all the straights. We just have a lot less straights.
Or one flop.
They've got 3 combos of straights, and that's enough to make it donkable because we got this massive nut advantage.
Right.
That's crazy. I'm not thinking it donked that much. This is probably the most donked flop then.
It's one of them. It's one of them. So anyway, I think that was my 3 hands.
So no, keep going. Yes, right. So she bets, but let go on. Not only does she donk, I want to see whether she's supposed to continue on the turn.
Okay,
With her
so
donk.
Not on that card, I don't think.
No, I can't imagine on the king. Sure.
so if she donks,
She bets.
our ace queen off. I don't think it's not going to fold. No.
Right. So you call, which is what you
This
did.
is also important. We just really don't have any folds for the size, and they're only supposed to use the size because if they do in fact have 5-6, why do they want you to fold?
Right.
So, especially on a rainbow texture,
King of
which is
spades.
also important to the donking frequency.
Yeah.
So we call. We see king of spades.
Which in our case is going to be the king of.
King
is
of
going to be the king of
clubs.
Yeah,
king
you're
of
gonna have
clubs,
to change
so
because
they
it
don't flush
stays
draws.
rainbow.
Yeah,
'Cause
stay
you
rainbow.
put-
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
important.
Oh,
Because
I
you
fucked
put
it up.
a spade on the first one,
Yeah.
unless you change the 4 of spades to a club.
I
Yeah,
can't.
do this. King of diamonds. This works.
King of
Not-
diamonds.
yeah,
Oh,
King of
Or
clubs.
king of
clubs.
clubs. King clubs. King clubs. King
Rainbow,
clubs.
right?
King clubs.
Yeah, rainbow,
Yeah.
king of clubs.
Now she does not continue.
She's not the ace queen. She checks.
So when you donk, you should be checking a lot on a turn.
Yeah.
Depending on the turn.
Well, on that king, you should not be betting your ace queen here, ever.
Oops.
Interestingly
No.
enough.
But
Right.
that's
We have enough showdown.
implementing Nuffle, isn't it?
Yeah, when
enough
you
showdown.
donk, your continues are all around all of the low cards and like around the combo draws and all that.
All right. Well, let's
That's
get.
when you continue.
Now you
So-
guys are taking us down the rabbit hole.
If you want the fold equity on the river, you want to keep her around a pot size, is it? To do your bluff.
Yeah, at least you want to make sure she's got enough left open, left to make the oomph count.
Yeah, yeah. So on turn,
On turn here,
Here.
70 then. What,
pot
20
of
would
70,
take
she's
you
got
to
119,
110?
like
She would have
so
100
this
left.
size was too big.
Yeah, 20 could work.
I think 20 and shove.
20 and shove, 15 and shove, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 and shove. But I think you're right about
Okay.
Is
the
20 too
players just
small though?
don't know how to
Like,
fold.
No,
No, okay. Like for the strategy you're trying to do, I know it's technically not.
Well, let's
too
take a
small,
look
but
at the.
it feels 20 is too small to fold down much.
You're
Well,
not
let's
trying to
look
get
and
a fold.
see. So,
That's
so
important.
this
Stop
is
for a second.
Oh
Stop for one
yeah,
second.
you're going for the
You want them to
most
call. You
profitable
want them to
bluffs that
call with a
call you.
7
Yeah,
and fold the river.
yeah, I get it. Yeah.
That's why. Okay, go on now, Larry.
Alright,
Take it.
so we can see, I mean, I don't know if this really pertains to the human strategy we're using, but we can see like we have all these,
Lots
we
of
have all
nonsense
these
bluffs.
kind of nonsense bluffs, but they're used, they're different, I mean, solver doesn't think like us. Solver is using bigger sizing because it's claiming top of range, so it wants to bet top of range like it
Because it's
would.
clever, unlike us.
So anyway, let's use a bet size. Should we, what's our most common bet size here? Is actually
bet-
small, is a
Well, you did.
B50.
Right. You took a small. You bet about 50, right? You bet
Yeah,
40.
I bet B50.
Okay.
She, with her ace queen, is indifferent.
So she gets to call.
She gets to
So far,
call.
so far she's played the hand better than you so far.
And she looks better than me. That,
So I'm just saying, maybe,
how did that work?
Maybe switch tables is what I'm saying.
maybe she's bet. Maybe, yeah. Maybe she's the one who knows how to play post flop.
10 of hearts, but what, I think 10 of hearts is fine. Now she checks range. What's our SPR anyway? Our SPR now is 91. What's our,
Hmm.
what is it? 91. Pot
Yeah.
is 18.
But the basic equivalent of your hand, since you can't get here with an ace queen, is like an ace 9 and an ace 10, and they check.
Yeah, and they take their equity with their ace X.
Yeah.
Okay.
As do bad kings.
Yeah, wasn't a king.
All right.
Bet 50 and see if she calls, if ace queen should call.
So, okay, we bet 50.
B50, like, yeah.
And she,
If it was indifferent on the turn, you're probably not gonna.
she's more indifferent.
Yeah. More indifferent with some calling.
She's got some heroes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And let's take a look at one thing. What was, do you know the suits of her ace queen, or did you make them up?
I don't remember them.
Okay. Cause I want to see if we assume that she's as good as I think she is, whether she would know which of them to call with.
No, there's
According
no
to
way
you.
that she knew that.
No, we're moving on. Okay.
Yeah.
Up next, who's up next? Who's got hands?
I got hands.
All right. All right, let's do 3 with Mike.
Oh, I gotta hide your screen.
Yeah,
I gotta
okay.
hide the screen.
Yeah, so stop sharing for just a second. Thank you.
I did the filter for the river call just to see what come up, and let's put that right there. Okay, I'm hiding the partial of that word. That's good, right?
Good. Yep, that's all I want.
Let's see. Yeah, so I did the saw river and called any river, and
Okay.
I don't have the other stats in here, but I was like minus 63 big blinds per 100 over 281 hands or something like that.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's definitely not good. Like there's the 281 hands.
All right. Saw river and called river. I'll do that on on mine too.
And that's over my most recent 500 hands. Okay, anyway.
Yes.
Then did I do, is this king 5 the first hand? It is not. I wonder why this king 5 is here. Oh, it's a totally different filter. Scotty, got to stop sharing because that's the wrong, that's a wrong hand. I got to stop sharing.
Okay, stop sharing.
Because I got
That's
to
right.
just bring up
Then
a
take it back.
different,
Yep, good.
I got to replay the hands that are in this filter. Okay, I think this is the hands now. So we can see some bad river calls, good river calls. So by the way, the river call efficiency was 1.75, which seems decent in terms of what we were talking about, but it was not profitable.
Right.
Okay, so here we go. And these are the most recent. So, and I happen to remember this hand because it happened a day ago. So we 3-bet. This player was a very good aggressive player. Flats. All right, we got here. I chose a line here because I knew he was going to be more capable of if I check back here, he's going to be more capable of thinking I'm capped and start being aggressive.
Yep.
And maybe fortunately or unfortunately, he did take the bait, but he did that. So
Wow.
I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
But I did know ahead of time. I'm like, okay, I can probably kind of egg this guy to make some bets. And I knew he was capable of making over bets. I just wasn't expecting to see it here.
Yeah.
So we're already kind of like, well, okay, what do we do? I mean, I did this to have him do this. So I made the call.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get to the river. And he doesn't jam. He doesn't go pot size jam. He goes B70, B60.
I don't think that's a 5. I don't think that's pocket 9s. Now, do I think that's ace queen? Ever?
Do we check back the flop?
Or
We
whatever other
check back the
bluffs.
flop.
We 3-bet pre, check back the flop?
Yeah, did you not hear that portion of the?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, so just to give you the lowdown. So the player here in question that I'm doing this against is really good and aggressive, and I did choose this line on the flop. I did check back for the reason of he was somebody that was definitely able to start capping me and making aggressive moves, which he did. Unfortunately, he just went like overbet sizing, and I was like, that surprised me.
Yeah.
But anyway, Sam, that's kind of why I did check back because he was really good, and I knew he was able to start being aggressive, thinking I'm capped, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's the proper way to play. When I see players check back, they don't stab, then I start using large sizing on the turn. But that's the proper way to do it.
Yep.
Right. So on this river, I believe that he never has a 5 and that he never has a full house with this size. The problem is, does he do this with an ace that he was bluffing? So this is a good size for him to continue his bluff. This is a terrible card for him to continue his bluff. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of ace high checking back the flop, right?
Right.
So do we need to call with this hand? I don't know.
Yeah,
What
I
is
feel
this-
like we're really indifferent here.
Yeah, what is this bluff like on the turn? Like queen jack of spades?
On the turn, could be every hand.
Because he's not betting here with jacks, tens, I don't think. Even though, I mean, he's sometimes turning like pocket tens into a bluff.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can strip away like tens, jacks, eights, but but you do, I mean, yours is an obvious one.
Yeah, I was thinking that this kind of player could turn his lower pairs into bluffs.
That's a bit, yeah, there are players that,
Pocket pair.
yeah.
Is
I mean,
is this player never the type of player who would, I guess, size down to try and encourage a call, right, rather than go for full value even with a strong hand? Like, is he scared if he shoved with his value hand, you would fold, so therefore has sized down? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, good potentially for sure.
I mean, his value
Okay.
could still be like
Okay.
pocket nines, right? Like ace queen, I wouldn't be surprised taking this line because after you check back the turn flop, ace queen is pretty much like the nuts because you don't. If you had ace king, you would have bet it.
Yeah. Yeah. So he definitely doesn't put you on a king with your play. Your play says you have a pocket pair, less than a king, right?
And
Well, he could have had ace queen as well, right?
No,
Ace
I'm
queen
saying-
hero would take it this way as well.
Heroes play. Well, yeah, you could have an ace queen.
Ace queen of spades, easy.
Ace queen
Yeah.
of spades. Ace queen of spades. But if he puts you on ace queen of spades, why is he betting 44.83 in the 71? That's stupid, right? It doesn't make any sense.
so we've classified our hand clearly as a bluff catcher, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
line bluffed more than 28% of the time?
I don't know. Oh, maybe
Yeah,
for
this is
most
different.
player not, but
Yes.
he is. Yeah, this.
Yeah. If you're
This
saying
guy,
he's
yes.
aggro and aggressive, potentially, yes, right?
So if we feel this is bluffed more than whatever, we can say, yeah, 28% of the time, then it's a call.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But like, I know you set up on the river with the check back. This guy's an aggro you've tagged him as, and you've checked back, but you were caught off by the sizing. So does that sizing indicate value more than bluffing on the turn? And then this person's continuing sizing down to continue their value rather than go for full because
It's a
he
very
knows
interesting
you
line.
potentially you're capped, like exclamation mark, because you've tried to make him look like you're capped. So therefore they've sized down to try and get your capped range to call, right?
Yeah.
You got a,
That would be a if he's value betting on the turn, so that put him on like jacks or something like that, or
Well,
10.
fives as well. He could have had pocket fives. He was going for a check raise, expecting you to continue bet a king because a king is good for you more than him. So he was hoping the check raise, and when you didn't, he's like, okay, I'm just going to bet big and target a weaker king or another pair that's drawing, right? The flush draws, etc. And that's the only thing I can think from a value perspective, right? To give the argument for the value side of his play.
A weaker king could play it like this. A weaker king could play it like this. A king jack, a king 8, or something like that.
would they want to bet, would you want to bet the river though as a king?
No, I know that's what
Well,
I
if you're
think.
betting a turn, you're assuming that the 8, you're eliminating all your ace junk, right? You're not calling ace queen. If you had ace king, you would have bet the flop. You didn't.
Okay. So you're trying to get value from queen, queen.
Yeah, I'm eliminating the ace high, ace junk here with the turn bet. So if I have a king,
Okay.
you could possibly play. It wouldn't be great, but maybe.
Heroes have a lot of ace X suited here, not just ace queen suited, right? You have a lot of 3-bet ace suited here. So obviously a lot of ace suited spade, a lot of ace suited clubs, right? It's not just an
Definitely
ace
have the
queen.
spades. You definitely have the suited spades, but are you calling anything other than suited aces on that turn bet that don't turn bet? Would you call ace?
No, you wouldn't call a club. Sorry, yeah, you're true. You wouldn't call a club. You would
You
call a
could-
spade. So
You could fold a bunch, you could fold ace 10 suited to that overbet on the turn.
Yeah. The only aces that should continue on the turn are the spaded aces, or at least one spade.
Yep.
No. I'm saying, remember his turn was an overbet. So
Right.
you wouldn't be wrong to fold your suited, your ace 10 of spades there.
10 spades, yeah. So this could be a weak king, or queens or jack. Maybe not queens, jacks, tens. That's weird.
I like so even though you've tagged this person as aggro, I would say this still feels like an underbluffed line, even though this player is tagged as aggro. And it's tough, right? I can understand calling here, but I also understand the fold. It's very close, and I think I would fold this, but I'm no person to judge by. I am I'm a whale.
Yeah, I think we're
This might be a
indifferent.
little too nuanced or something, but I don't think he has ace five suited. So like I'm kind of eliminating whatever ace five he has because he might four bet that at a pretty decent clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is either pocket fives, pocket nines, or some form of ace X that was bluffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the time I remember thinking, well, I've done this to entice him, and so I made the call. Of course, he had the very top of range. He had pocket
Pocket
nines.
nine. Yeah,
I got it
pocket
wrong.
nines makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Pocket nine sizing down to get called by queens, and as opposed to being sizing up to get called by
Yeah,
aces.
they
Okay.
know that. Yeah, they know
Yeah.
that you could have an ace X here, or you could have queens, and they're trying to size down for value. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Right? Another potential river call situation. So we raised, we get this min click from the big blind, who is, you can see his numbers here. But just take what you will with that. I'm just flatting. Oh, by the way, he's a broken stack, by the way.
Oh
Very
yeah,
broken.
very broken. Yeah.
And then he goes here. I mean, I think I'm already like whatever, like, but now that bet is so small that I wound up calling. Anybody just like, no, I don't want to fold here with this other guy to act.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even notice the other person. That's how much of a whale I am.
Then we get this turn, and he continues tiny. So now it's just like I don't know what to do. I just gonna call. Thankfully, this guy folds.
Oh,
That's
that makes it
fantastic.
easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's best case.
And then here's the river call that we do or do not make.
I think you just look at your pot odds.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
So
Okay.
pot odds, yes, but because it was multi-way and he's bet 3 times into 2 people, you could argue a fold here, right? But like from a pot odds perspective, yes. But if we only ever play pot odds, we're never going to be, in theory, profitable, people say, right? Because sometimes they're just telling you what they have, even if the pot odds tell you.
You're right. You're reading the room correctly, Ricci.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. But his sizing is very, very weird.
And we have a
It's
value.
weird for general poker, but for a player of this type, it's probably not, right? Because they're short stacked. They're obviously not that strong. They're just probably telling you they have a hand they're willing to get it all in with for their stack size.
yeah.
And then you've got to decide if your hand, being marginal, is okay calling that stack size, right?
Yeah, we're not folding for 40 big blinds calling 10. We're not folding here.
And
He
we
got-
have a value chopper, by the way. Like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
we
Yeah.
have
Point.
a lot of-
Yeah.
As,
Oh yeah, for that.
yeah, we
it's
can,
just...
we can,
So go on.
do you think he's on specifically on diamonds here 1 out of 5 times?
Well, sometimes these players they do it with like kings and queens because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what to do. Start off with like 20 bigs. Like with
And
this
they
kind
just
of
feel
sizing,
committed.
he's only repping like ace 10, pocket tens, which is quads, and aces.
I mean,
Like if you were really
king.
think about it,
Ace king.
10-9.
it could be
Ace king.
it could be ace king, but I would argue on that wet of a board they would just jam the turn once you call.
Yeah, because they're short stacked. So you would think even with diamonds, I would think they would jam the turn with diamonds, just try to get a fold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm not.
Some of these players
I'm
don't
not.
want the fold, the short stacks. They want to keep everyone in, right? So they just keep betting small.
Yeah, so
as
that
well.
queens.
You got it.
There we go.
Nice.
So
And that's
fucking
exactly what
weird.
Sam said, to be fair.
You said queens. Sam said queens.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
No, he
sometimes they
said
do it.
kings, but
I
basically
said
the same,
kings
right?
and queens. I
Yeah.
said kings and queens. Sometimes they do this kind of stupid shit, man. They don't know what to do, so they put the money in. Just don't fold.
That was something.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
All right. 4-way. Okay. Fun. Of course. Of course, the filter's for a river call, so we're going to get to the river, right? So here's our first decision, four-way. This is a little different than the one we saw earlier, where we ISO'd some limpers and wound up in position against them with a flop that's decent for us. But what are we doing here?
We open and got flatted.
Yeah, four-way, by the way. These players over here are full stacks. Because the table's off to the left, so we can hide a certain length, certain word.
I think we can, let's see, we're in third position there. I think we can bet here. I don't think we have to check this. I think if we were in first or second position, this would be a good hand to check it, but I don't think it's gonna get stabbed. I think we often have the best.
Yeah.
If we get raised, we are gonna be very unhappy, and if we get two calls, we are gonna be very unhappy.
And if a club comes, you're
this
obviously
is-
very unhappy as well.
Yeah.
This is thick value, not a can for stacks hand. It's unlikely to get stabbed, so I would tend to just bet it myself.
This is not classed as thick value in a multi-way, by the way, is it? This is marginal.
No,
This is thick value.
No, thick value is when, isn't
Is
it,
it?
when it doesn't, a cut turn card doesn't change it too much. So this is not thick value, right?
No, thick value is that
Oh.
there's lots of hands that he can call that you beat. That's whether it's vulnerable or not. You can be thick and vulnerable.
Okay.
We
Basically-
beat most hands here, so
Very sensitive person with a big dick is thick and vulnerable.
I just thought in multi-way, because they're playing against more ranges, etc. It's marginal.
Yeah. You. There are lots. You lose against King Jack. You know there. Jack is thick.
Yeah.
Jack is play for stacks.
But it's still value.
It's still
Yeah.
value, but I wouldn't class it as thick value. But maybe that's my understanding as being wrong. I would say this is marginal. Weaker hands would be obviously thinner, and then obviously the stronger hands would be, your sets, etc., which would be thick.
Mike, did you check and get bet?
No, the sets they call it play for stacks hand.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
like one pip down. This is thick value hand.
It was an easy call, though.
Yeah.
It's thick value, and I understand what you're saying, but it's thick value in a heads up. I still don't believe this is thick value. I might be wrong, but in a multi-way, especially four-way, I just can't see top pair, second kicker being a thick value hand.
Yeah, but they don't have ace king, so I would tend
They
to
shouldn't
check
have ace
that.
king. There's two broken stacks, right? Yeah, they're nearly full stacks, but they're both broken. They shouldn't have ace king. They could have ace king.
So against a big stab, we just
They
call
shouldn't.
here.
They shouldn't have a suited king. They could have suited king 6. They could still have it, right? I would argue in multi-way this is marginal, but again, that's just my understanding. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying these players could definitely have two pairs and could definitely the card changes it so much next turn that you are likely unable to play multiple streets with this particular hand in a four-way starting pot. Is why you can disagree. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that there is.
No, I'm not
I would be very
disagreeing. I'm
concerned by here.
not arguing. Just want to go through the hand now.
Yeah. I'm kind of in between both of those. There's like the in between. I feel like King Queen is the bottom of the value range. Like King 10 would be easy, like an easy check, maybe. Whereas King Queen is like, wow, we're at the kind of at the bottom of our best value hand.
We're calling. I'm calling here.
Yeah, we're all calling.
Okay.
All right.
B50.
Sizes down.
We're calling.
Still calling.
Easy call.
Yep.
Well, that's not a club and that's not a straight. Call. Painful.
Yeah.
I mean, less than half pot.
Painful call.
I don't like it, but
I just
I
got
guess call.
You pay it off.
You pay it off.
yeah, set of sixes. Okay.
I'm wondering if we could see the flop and we bet. Let's say we bet 3 here, and then we get raised, say to the typical 9-11. We continue with our top pair and a queen of clubs, probably, right?
Yep, and then you fold the turn. Probably, if he does decent size.
And then it might go check possibly.
It might, yeah.
Okay. All right, last another one here. So we pass it on. Let's see what happens. We get a min raise. Okay, these players. This is and in this. So okay, this is player specific kind of thing. This player is one of these. He's back raised Betty. He makes it 2x from the cutoff and the button, and he makes it 3x from all the other positions. They typically bet 3/4 pot C bet almost exclusively when they miss, and check and bet small when they hit. It's strange. It's very strange. Anyway, this is this kind of player. Let's see if it plays into this. I don't know what we do here. Just flatted.
Okay. 5, 6, 7.
So he missed.
I think he missed. Like this would be typical for this player when he misses this flop.
Then raise. Backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw.
Anybody else? If you had this read, is this what you guys would do?
Yes.
I know Sam, you would. I know you would.
All right. So it's a valid play, but the question: do you have enough equity to raise out of position to check raise this? If you had two diamonds, of course, but do you have enough here to raise this?
Not versus this, I don't think versus this size. This is a great check raise. Versus a small size is a great check raise.
Oh, okay.
I think against this size, this is a good check fold. But okay.
Okay. I was going with the same kind of theory that Sam was going off of. This is usually a miss for them with this sizing. It's actually probably a pretty good size theory wise. A B75 is probably good. So now we get to here.
So this card is better for his range, but actually,
we check raise and he calls.
Yes.
Oh, then we need to slow down because he has something.
He does, but now how does this diamond help us out here? Does it help us? Do we?
It help us, but you're not check raising an ace, and he's calling an ace.
We're check raising 2 pairs, sets.
Draws.
And we have all the 2 pairs versus his min raise.
So if he has an ace here, he's gonna call you. And maybe he can't raise you if it's not ace jack. So can you bet an amount that is smaller than he would bet if you checked? That would be perfect for you.
Okay, so what size?
What size doesn't he raise? I don't know. I don't know if you can bet a size that's smaller than he would bet.
He could also have a flush draw, right? He could also have hard draws.
Yep.
You can easily check call, right? We know that. So you can check call.
Yeah, depending on the sizing.
Yeah. And he can bet enough that gets you to fold. If you bet, he can jam. Okay.
I went for the aggressive route.
Okay. As long as that's great. As long as he doesn't raise you, that's great.
Then we get that.
Let's establish he doesn't have a set. He doesn't have two pair. We lose to like A6 of hearts, but we beat all the other flush draws or any kind of straight draws. So what do we want to do?
Well, I know what I do. I'm just curious if you guys would have something different.
So I'm guessing that. So can we bluff an ace off? A non-two paired ace?
You know,
Do you-
like ace.
Do you believe a jam will get an ace to fold here? That's a question.
I mean, his ace X is kind of pretty limited, right?
Ace 10 of hearts
Mm-hmm. That's one.
or ace 10, like any kind of ace 10.
Any ace 10 would call the check raise. Ace 10 off. Maybe if he has the ace of hearts.
Yeah, like ace 10 off with the ace of hearts. And then like ace, any kind of ace X suited. That's the range that we're trying to get fold. Then we have to ask ourselves, does he fold those things?
Stop and get some food.
I would think not, to be honest. I don't know though. I mean, I have no idea, but I don't think they would fold their ace X if they got here. It would have to be a jam.
Yeah, the problem is we beat all their other flush draws. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
fucking annoying spot.
Can we get a jack to call?
Nah, I mean,
Can we go for thin value?
I don't know. Like, you bet small enough, like 10 big blinds, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He could also have a better queen though, like a queen X of hearts, like a queen 10 of hearts kind of thing.
And we faced a small block bet in position.
All right, so here is the floodgate that opens up.
Yeah, right.
There's absolutely no. I don't want to call here.
That's a jack. That's a jack. I'd probably call and be wrong. I'd be jack, man.
20% of the time we have to have the best hand here.
What's he down betting for? I mean,
their small bets are going to include hands that they'll take a fold from anything. Like if they have whatever low flush draw they might have, or shoot, maybe even a low pair, just trying to get a fold from any of my weaker pairs or better pairs, like a 10, 10s or something. I don't know. Weird. Anyway, I did call and it was right, but it was very strange.
Okay. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, I would call him in one.
Nice hand.
Okay, those are my three hands. I got plenty more. So, but passing it on to somebody else.
They're still using the small sizing for bluffs, huh?
Yeah, in position too, which is strange because we could turn a lot of our hands into bluffs, and I mean it would have worked obviously, but
well, if they're using a lot of small sizing as a bluff, then we could call more down linearly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get you to fold white, like king 10 of diamonds, king 10 of hearts. Yeah.
Yeah, because I check raise the flop here, so I'm gonna have some jack X that I'm not gonna fold to that size.
Yeah.
So yeah, strange.
He's thinking he's targeting your heart draws. Ace X heart. Well, Ace X heart draw wouldn't fold, so I don't know what that is.
Yeah, but I like the check on the river though.
That I'll tell you what that bet is. That bet is against all your against all your heart draws and your diamond draws that beat him, those will fold to almost nothing.
Yeah,
And so that
that's
becomes efficient, that he
Yeah.
gets.
yeah.
Does that make
That's
sense?
what. Yeah. That's why I say he's
Oh, wait,
trying to
I'm
get
sorry.
you to fold. He's trying to get you to fold like king 10 of hearts, king 10 of diamonds, kind of stuff.
Well, not king ten. King
King
10's a
10's
straight,
a
but I
straight.
get you.
He's a
Oh
straight.
yeah, yeah. Or like king. I don't know, like king 9 of diamonds, king 9 of hearts.
Yeah.
All right, anybody else? I can keep going if nobody else has anything.
Go for it. Your hands are interesting.
All right, we have ace 10 off here over on that you can't see very well. And we open, get a defend from somebody who's pretty good. And we get this flop, check. We have the ace 10 of spades. In this instance, I certainly could check behind or see bet. This player's pretty aggressive. I think we're going to get check raised at a bigger clip than normal compared to like a typical player. So I think, yeah, I checked behind instead of c betting. He checks, and now here we are on the turn with ace high.
Ace.
So he's checking his showdown,
Great. Yeah.
like all the pairs.
Yep. Any 8, any 3, eight that you beat would check.
So what do we want to do? You also have some better ace high though, right? Like ace jack.
You could, yep, for sure. I'm not devoiding him of a queen either. Getting
Yeah.
tricky, getting. I check behind. Figure.
The 8, 7.8.
Overbet. We have the ace of hearts.
It's the ace.
Double paired board.
Also has a lot of pairs that got counterfeited, like 7, 6s, 5, 4s, deuces. I mean, yeah, this, even though he's using a bigger size, and you say he's competent, so I guess just flicking a call.
Yeah.
Bigger size, but a bigger size in a small pot relative. So
Yeah.
7.8. So that certainly could be a bluff. Queen.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that one seemed to not be so bad. All right. So we are against a min raise. This guy has 150 behind, so we're 150 effective. And he is 33-20 over 58 hands. 16% three betting. He's loose and aggressive. So I did 3-bet here. Probably could 3-bet to a bigger size given our stacks. And we get a cold call from this player, who is also deep as shit. And somebody that you wouldn't think would have a cold calling range, at least just going by pure numbers.
Yeah, but you only have 66 hands on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Original opener folds.
Doesn't want to be sandwiched.
All right, so versus a cold caller, and we're deep, and we have the 10 of spades. I don't know what I do here. I think if this were me in the moment, I would probably tend towards c-betting here. And I do. I go like a b33. We get flatted. And we get that card. It checks. All right. I think this is just a good little check now. I think.
Overbet.
Overbet? Did I hear overbet?
Overbet. Fucking overbet. Smashes your range. The ace smashes your range. You got a 10 of spades to bail you out. Overbet that shit.
Okay, I can't argue that that would not be good or that would be bad.
So he also has a lot of ace-x, right?
Yeah. But you have
Yeah.
better sets.
Well, yeah, remember he cold called a 3-bet. It's not like he just defended his big blind. He cold called a 3-bet from an early position.
Mm-hmm. Overbet that shit. See what happens.
Yeah, ace king of spades, so it takes away a lot of his strong flushes. So this guy he mostly has like queens, jacks, or ace x. That's my view of his range.
Eights and sixes as well. They would cold call 3-bet smalls, like weaker players. By the way, I'm not saying this player's stronger after cold calling a 3-bet.
Yeah, but then they would most likely check raise the flop. I'm not saying that they don't have a set of eights and sixes. Just less likely. There's more ace x and like queens and jacks, and some suited Broadway, though we're blocking a good chunk of it. Like if he has a flush, it's like queen jack of spades calling.
If with the queens, right, they should have raised them pre-flop. So that type of play who doesn't raise queens pre-flop probably also doesn't check raise sets on the flop either, right?
No, those kind of players are deemed passive. So flat calling a 3-bet with queens, those are considered passive.
Yeah, so a passive player doesn't check raise too much on the flop either, right?
No, passive players is they call too much with their draws. They don't raise, they don't bluff enough, and then when they raise is mostly value. So they would actually mostly raise the flop with a set. That's the classic.
Fair, okay.
Yeah, they're passive in the sense that they'll only get aggressive when they have very top of range.
See, here the problem is like we're only facing one combo of the flush. I heard somebody saying overbet. I don't disagree with that, because I think if we go overbet, ace queen is just like what the fuck. Yeah. I like the overbet. Because
So
if they have more flushes in their range, I would take a smaller sizing and try to get them to raise off with their flushes, to make sure that when we get to the river, we're only looking at like ace x, and then I would like bomb the river and have him call me down with like ace jack. So, but this is a little different. He has very, very, very few flushes, but a lot of ace x.
Wow.
And our range is extremely strong here.
Yep. What flushes does he have?
Yeah, like the queen jack is spade. That's it, because we blocked the 10 of spade as well.
Yeah, and ace king's on the board. The 8's on the board, so he doesn't have 8-9, doesn't have 7-8.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll get like the players that flat queens and jacks, they would also flat ace king. So sometimes when you bomb the river, you'll get snap called by ace king. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the ace king was the one that I was kind of a little bit more worried about, just because there's so many more combos of it.
Yeah.
I checked behind. Made a flop.
Oh wow.
Made the the third nuts. And he goes B33.
That's a blocking bet. So what does that say? He's pair of sevens, pair of fours, pair of fives with a spade or something like that.
No, ace x.
Ace x, you make?
Ace x. Because we check back. Could we raise for value? I don't know.
What do you think? Ace five off or something like that? Ace seven off?
No, like ace queen off, no spade.
off, maybe?
Ace jack off, no spade. Ace king.
You think
Yeah,
he's block bet into a 4-liner?
I was thinking more like ace X with the queen or jack of spades is like.
Yeah, the queen of spades bet bigger though, right?
Yeah, queen of spades should get it in. Shouldn't block bet.
Yeah,
Pocket
or-
sevens, pocket fives with a
Or
spade.
pocket
Yeah,
queens or
I'm thinking
pocket
pocket
jacks.
fives with a spade, maybe even pocket jacks. Yeah, with a spade, pocket fives, yeah, something like that.
Ace king, yeah. We could get called by worse if you size it properly.
So you prefer a raise here rather than a call?
No, I either call or raise.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way. I'm just saying, like, with this sizing, we could get called by worse.
Okay.
So, all right. He didn't take a bigger sizing. We just called. So.
Please, what motherfucker?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point because if he like goes like this, I didn't think this was a hard decision. I didn't think of raising. I just thought of calling. But if he goes like B75 or pot, then I'm like kind of in like, what do I do now?
Yeah, like I would fold them.
Yeah,
Is he calling that overbet with his queens on a turn?
Well, we didn't overbet.
I know. I'm asking. You think he's
Oh,
calling?
if we did, yeah, if we overbet.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he's got the second nuts, right?
Yeah,
second nut draw.
draw into second
Yeah,
nuts.
second
isn't
to
it?
draw, but he has queen. There's an ace and a king on the board. Is he calling the overbet?
Yeah, but he has outs, right? It's
He has
pot
outs.
odds, second nuts.
Yeah.
I don't think queens with the spade here would fold to. What's the biggest? That's the question you would ask: is what are they folding to, right? If you're trying to fold them, like I don't like if I had queens here with the second nuts, I wouldn't fold to a pot bet. What would I fold to? I don't even know. Stack size, large stack size.
You wouldn't fold queens to a pot bet with queen of spades to.
No, we're quite deep, right? We're 10. We're SPR of over 10. Well, of about 10, sorry.
Mhm.
I would call a pot here. Maybe even 2x pot with a queen here.
You would call a 2x pot with a queen
I
of
think
spades?
so.
Man?
Yeah, I think that's my limit though.
Yeah, big balls, sir.
2x pot. You're not even getting the right odds.
You call 2x pot there with a queen of
Yeah.
spades with ace and king on the board? I mean, the overbet shows protection, right? Says I'm being protective. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe 2x is too big.
Yeah,
probably
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that you're a very, you're very
2x 44.
Yeah, that's very sticky.
All right, 9, 20. What's that? 5, 20%.
These are good hands, man. I like.
Yeah, filter for river calls. I think you'll find some good stuff. So okay, so this is versus a villain who looks like it's his first hand at the table, I'm guessing.
Oh.
So we're doing all this. This is all standard.
No.
This probably isn't going to be all that interesting, I'm guessing. Go B25. Call. Repeat 10. We are stack to pot ratio of just over 1. 10 is probably a card that is, of all of them, is probably the worst.
It's not that bad.
If it was the 10 of diamonds, it would be worse. But I mean, that makes it a hand. I guess that. But do we hate a check here? Or do we just continue to value bet small?
I would just go bet and get it in, because
Yeah.
we still beat nines, we still beat jacks, we still beat queens.
Yeah,
I don't see a whole lot of 10x 3-betting pre-flop.
You would have to go relatively small though, right? You're not going to be 50 and then leave yourself like a B. I guess you could.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like 1/3 pot, half pot, like just get it in.
It goes check.
So he doesn't have a 10. I'm betting here.
And went block bet.
Did you get a check raise all in? I mean, hiya.
We have the ace of diamonds. I'm not folding.
I
Right.
am.
Oh, you'd fold?
I'm folding. In a live game, I'm folding.
Yeah, I didn't think that was if I didn't have the ace of diamonds, I would have
Yeah, but if you didn't have the ace of diamonds, you're not even betting the river.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would bet the river if I didn't have the ace of diamonds. Like say that comes the what? So say we have ace of clubs, ace of hearts. You're not betting?
Less likely. Want to bet more with the ace of diamond.
I'd be considered just jamming.
Well, we got him to spaz.
You did. Yep.
Wow. Wow.
If anybody else wants to share, jump in and I'll stop.
Yep.
Here we go. We got raising and a 3-bet from a decent player so far, 36 hands.
Almost 4x.
Kind of a small-ish 3-bet, so I'm not going to fold here.
No, we're not folding.
And he goes B50. And I'm going to continue.
Yep.
Blank. He goes small again. Small. Gonna. And then he jams. Oh, I think we saw this last week. This is getting into hands that we did last week. So here's the first. It's just over pot size jam. We talked about this last week. I don't know if you guys remember this or not.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember, but looks like you're playing a lot of competent players.
Yeah, so far these hands are against like decent players, and I think the fact that this is a decent player allowed me to do that, and fortunately be right. But it was not like it was close. Like I was not like fist pump calling.
You're not happy.
If this was like some typical, I think I even said this last week. If this was like somebody like this, I don't know if I'd even call the turn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What was his turn size again? He sized down, right?
Yeah, he sized down. He went B50 on the flop, and then he went like B25 almost.
So this is like
B30.
I could see that against myself if they take a smaller sizing on the previous street and then now they take a bigger sizing, it's more likely to be a bluff. That would be what I would say, because
there was a term that we've been talking about. We've been talking about this for years. It's called the Brazilian. I guess it comes from like the Brazilian players like to do this. They size down on the turn so they have a nice big fat river.
I was gonna say, was this just solely to get your SPR still over 1 so that the bluff feels more threatening?
Bigger.
Yep.
That's interesting. Which is opposite of what you would do which opposite of overbet theory, because with this brick of a card on 3 on the turn, you should be bombing that if you're gonna bet it. Should be overbetting that.
Right.
Do you think he's trying to range you as well, that you're only calling so that therefore you are more capped, therefore are more likely to fold to the shove?
Potentially. At this point, I had been pretty darn tight over 36 hands. I mean, he might be looking at a HUD and going, "Oh, this guy's a tight knit. He'll fold everything."
Yeah. So what was your thought process for the call? Do you remember, or is it too far away?
Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember this. Just him
Like,
being.
what's your bluff catching process? Is it a standard bluff catching process, or
Villain dependent? Like I said, if it was this guy, I don't think I'd even have called the turn. Whereas if it's somebody like these two players here who are showing to be good and aggressive, I'll be more likely to call.
So your bluff catching is, are they capable? Is this over and under bluffed? Is it that simple? Are they capable?
If I think their
Is it
range
over and under bluffed?
includes a lot more stuff than just, their top pairs and their over pairs. And this type of player will have ace five and king jack and king queen and continue, and to be aggressive with those hands.
Okay.
Along with the turn sizing, because they're trying to scare you away with that big boy overbet.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you see Sam across the table and he uses a small turn size, just lick your lips and be like, oh, here comes the overbet on the river. Let me call him down light.
So we have aces here, full stack. This is a broken stack. We saw this one last week too. This is a broken stack over here. This is the full stack.
Button clicker.
With a min click, with a min raise. So I went with a small, we had the discussion over the size of the 3-bet here. Or the
I remember this hand.
And we had the discussion about what size we should make it. Wound up choosing the smaller size because I'm in position against this guy. This guy I'm not too worried about anyway. So if he calls, no big deal. He winds up folding and we go to a flop. And then he does this. You guys remember this? He donks pot on this
king. I don't remember this hand. I don't know if I was here for this hand. So you chose the smaller sizing because of obviously you've got position and then the person's a broken stack. I'm just wondering, did you all agree that was the right? Like, I don't know. I'm not sure
I think consensus was we should have went bigger.
Was it? Okay. Because that was my instinct, was it should have been bigger, but I was unsure, like in this specific dynamics, if it made sense or not.
But against these specific players, normally, if let's say this guy had a full stack, I would not have gone 12. I would have gone to 17 probably. 17 or 18.
Or even bigger.
Yep. But this configuration, I just decided to go smaller, and I wouldn't do this with any other hand except aces in this case. To be fair, too. If I had kings, I'd probably just make it my standard 18, 17, 18. And then we got that flop, and he donks pot. We called. He goes sizes way down to like a B25 or B30, excuse me, B30-ish. And then we got to the river and he goes tiny again. Now we're talking, what, B20?
Yeah. Oh.
And then, so I only have 37 behind. We talked about whether we should raise or not.
Yeah, I said just put the money in.
Yeah.
I remember this one.
Mm-hmm. And I wound up just calling. And we were good.
Yeah. I wonder if these players will run these stupid ass bluffs if they know that we know nothing.
No, they have no clue what.
No clue.
Stupid ass bluff.
So we are up against a 56-22, only 9 hands though, so not much, but he makes it 4x. I'm just going to 3-bet here. I'm never flatting.
Do you think if you put that 12 big blinds in, he was going to call you?
I don't know.
I think he will.
12 more bigs. I make it, he goes 25, I make it 37.
I think he will call you with like that or like any kind of like pair.
Yeah. This in position 3-bet is a little on the small side, but kind of normal. Hit the flat. Check. First decision point. Again, he's 56-22, so has been active and loose. This is probably a decent hand to check back if we're going to check back. I don't know if I do. I'm guessing I do because a lot of times versus these players, I do check back the ace kings because it's just still crushing the range that they get here with.
Yeah, but I also want to value bet against their ace X though.
And then he goes tiny.
We're not folding.
And he
Oh
goes
shit.
a little bigger, but of course we lose to any pair.
Yeah, I mean
Obviously.
you gave him rope. A small bet. Just close your eyes and call.
Yeah.
Got
okay.
him.
Jeez. Okay. There we go. But yeah, so I think that's more interesting if he goes bigger, right? If he goes bigger here, and if he goes what,
Bigger
even
here.
half pot? Should we call a half pot bet? I think so. I think so.
Anything more than half pot, like 60% pot, I think we should start folding.
Yeah, I think that seems about right. Okay, so that one wasn't super great. Other than not c-betting the flop.
Well, you're making a lot of good river calls, better than than Scott, I would say.
Is Scotty still here? He's been quiet.
And you're still not profitable calling the river. That tells you when you face a river bet, it sucks.
Yeah, no shit. According to the graph, it's just kind of interesting. I've been decent from the last half of these hands, but it was these first half of these hands. These are all my NL 100 hands of like about 60,000 hands or so.
And you're only losing $180 over what? 60,000 hands?
It's kind of crazy. I was like, how much time we got? Because I want to show.
Yeah, no, let's pass it over.
No, this is 281 hands though.
I have
281 hands. It's over 60,000 total hands. It's filtered.
Oh, okay.
Where I just
It's not bad. It's not bad.
And I think at some point I did make a conscious effort to not make hero calls on a river versus a lot. So that's where it might be this change where I go from just, this downward stretch to where just kind of break even and even like
And then
positive.
towards the end when we were talking about stop calling big river bets.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah, so I can stop as soon as anybody else has a hand, I'll stop. So I heard somebody say
I have a 1 second, I'll share. If you guys want to see some dumb hands, yeah.
We love dumb hands.
Oh, I'm gonna go over. Wait, how do I do this? Just like this? Like what don't I show?
The name of
the name. Is there a name on your thing? The site? If it doesn't,
it's the network.
Yeah, then just don't show it. Like
you could probably go right a little. You could have it say network as long as it doesn't say what network.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there. Okay. I just found my biggest hand. I think this guy has 142 effective.
Okay, we're deep.
Okay. So open raise. I'm guessing that's so 3-bet. Yeah, I don't know, probably 4-bets like 20. Yeah, 22 and then call. And if I 4-bet here, I should have a stronger range. So I was thinking it's fine. I was thinking to bet here. Like I think most of the time when you're 4-bet, you're c-betting like
yeah,
like every time. But I feel like Ace King's the hand you could check just because of it does have some showdown value. But I'm not sure.
I think in theory we would see that it's almost a range.
But I feel like I should have yeah, I'm not sure why, because it's like I just feel like maybe he has pocket pairs, but it goes check.
Is there anything to tell us about this guy?
Oh wait, let me see the HUD. This is Zoom on a Not the softer side, but the other one. But these are his stats. Oh wait. So nothing really other than like.
Yeah, so he's been competent. He's not putting him in the
solid.
fish.
Does win a lot when it sees the flop, but also wins like 100% showdown. So yeah, pretty solid.
Yeah, we could flat more with this hand than pre-flop if it's against a player like that.
You could what?
Like flat more. So instead of 4-bet, you could just 4-bet the suited combos.
Oh, okay. I feel like it's the opposite,
flat.
right? Or
yeah, I definitely wouldn't flat ace out of position.
And
I would flat the suited combos before I would flat the offsuit combos.
Yeah, but we're super deep here.
Yeah,
you can 4-bet fold.
4-bet fold with this hand? Oh, okay, for like that much bigs. For 150 bigs?
Yeah, if you 4-bet
yeah, I guess
like
it's fine.
your size, which is probably a decent size, and he jams, you don't have to call like 100% of the time.
Okay. Trying to remember what I
then we were so we're on the flop.
I'm gonna try to check. I could look at it, but let me just guess what I did. So I goes check, and on the turn, I feel like I could I feel like I could bet here, but I really don't know.
What is his range?
At this point, calling on the flop, I could see a lot of pocket pairs, and you could float some ace X like backdoors. I'm blocking one of them though, but that I could fold. Yeah, but those ace X, I probably wouldn't even want to fold them out. Pocket pairs, they're all probably just gonna. I mean, pocket pairs are really the one I'm targeting, and then
he also has a lot of queen X though, right? Ace
queen. Yeah, queen X that checks the flop.
Yeah.
Especially with the weaker. Yeah, so I'm trying to remember if I do bet half pot. So yeah, I'm trying to think like what I even like. I feel like I'm just really just folding out like weaker ace X, but I feel like I could even just like I don't know. Would it make sense to like if I feel like I'm just isolating out a lot of their hands.
When you check the flop, I think it's kind of setting up a dangerous situation, like which is why you probably need to c-bet a lot there, because are you checking an overpair? Are you checking a set of queens?
That's what I was essentially thinking, is that if I had, it's such a dry board and he shouldn't really, I mean, other than some sets, he shouldn't really hit the flop. So if I had ace queen, kings, aces, or queens, ace queen, kings, or aces, I could see myself checking the flop and then betting the size. So I'm essentially just playing as if I had those hands.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't think you would like if I was him, I am like, okay, you've got a high frequency ace king right now. Is just a flat out kind of assumption. Or jacks, or tens.
Wait, what is it? Sorry.
I'm just saying, like when you check the flop after you 4-bet, I'm just saying, like, at least to me, most opponents, and like me not looking at your cards here, like if I was the other guy on the button, and you check the flop, I'm immediately just kind of going, okay, this is high frequency ace king. Because I don't think you're going to not c-bet aces, kings, queens, and tens. You won't c-bet tens, but you won't you will c-bet all your top of range.
Yeah. I mean, for most part, yeah.
And rarely check, like maybe the extreme top of range, like pocket queens or something. But so I'm just kind of, just as a general population tendency, will not give you those strong hands.
Yeah, and the I guess the one thing I could think of is that it's good on blocking ace king queen or ace 10 king 10 if like his continuing hands, and then some straight draws like king jack, but or ace jack. But would I want to I guess I would want those hands to fold. So those hands are probably, I mean, yeah, but they're I'm trying to compare that to how many like queen x they have 10x, but I guess that's what was going through my mind, is that I'm blocking a lot of his like continuing hands, or and then just like maybe under pairs, getting rid of those, and then I forgot what the other thing is. I guess 8-9. Yeah. But anyways, he calls here, and then here I'm just like calls the checks the flop, calls the turn. I was like, I feel like there's a lot of queen x 10x here, and I don't know if there's enough like 9 8 jack 9 king jack. Like I'm trying to think for this side, for I mean at this point he has 95, so it's like SPR of 1. I mean I was really like sizing it to have like this SPR, so it's 95 exact. He has 95. There's 95 in the pot. I was like, if he has 10x, would they fold to a jam? Or
Well, his 10x is going to be limited to what?
All
to
the
ace 10 suited, 9 10.
There's two ace 10, yeah, and then there's like two king what is it? 3 king 10s, and then there's two pair gonna be two pairs. I don't think, I guess queens sets of queens and 10s would be flatting the 4-bet, so 6 of those. So, and then some king jack, but the king jack at this point, the king jack jack 9, you could, I mean, if he has jack 9 suited, like if I knew they had king jack 9 here, right, for example, would I check here and then just let them have a chance to bluff, or shouldn't I just bluff myself?
Yeah, I don't think if you check, I think you're not going to win. Right? If you're not going to win by checking, and then so you have to think about betting, and by betting you want to get a better hand to fold, and I just don't think I don't think your fold equity is very good right now.
Yeah, I like after the flat and the call. So what hands do you think like he would like call a jam here with, or like what, or actually what hands does he get here with? Because I'm thinking like,
do we think he has
eights, nines, jacks, and then some of those straight draws. I could see a backdoor hitting the, I mean the backdoor that hits the 10 isn't like really it's like a few combos.
Yeah, I think the 10x is pretty rare. It would probably be your ace 10 of spades, clubs, or diamonds. I mean, you have clubs too, so ace 10. So it's only 2 combos of ace 10. I don't think
I feel like
have jack 10, same combo of jack 10.
Same combo of jack. So it'd be like, well, I don't know. Like if it was 50-50, I jam, he has to call, you know? I feel like it would be easy call. So, but yeah, I'd rather just I chose to ship it though.
Yeah. And did he snap you off with like 9s or something?
He had 10 jack suited.
10 jack, yeah.
And I was like, dang, dude, I can't even get the jack to or the 10x to. So it was like a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw that hit the 10. But I was like, I really thought I would get those to fold though. But yeah, I guess not for like Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We're punting, man.
You think it's a punt? Bleep.
No, like if he doesn't fold that, then we're punting. I was gonna ask, like,
well,
do we think he has pocket? Once we bet like 20 something on the turn, does he have 8s, 9s, jacks? So it looks like he has them. He does not have showdown, and he did not stab the flop. This is like a really good hand. It's a backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw.
Yeah.
Hand that has no showdown should be stabbing the flop with a like decent amount of frequency. So that tells me this player sticky, probably under bluffing. So I would then I would just shy away from. I would start shy away from bluffing.
I mean, I do have like these hands, but this is Zoom though, so I'm not sure how. I don't know how Zoom feel. So I haven't like played. I mean, I guess 100 hands, but it's like I feel like Zoom hands are filtered towards certain like stronger holdings. Because yeah, I mean, you could see like fold, but there's really only like a few opportunities. Because you could be like, oh, it's like calling station, but I don't know. It's like I guess, yeah. Now I do the combos. I'm just like, yeah, there is actually like it would be an easy call. Like if he only needed like, what is it like, 33%, and then I could get rid of all his pocket 9s and 8s. It would actually be like in my head. I was like, it's nice I'm blocking ace, queen, king, queen. So I could even see like I don't know, like just the top pair, strong kicker, and then but 10x. I was really I don't know. What do you call here with a 10x with his hand?
Yeah, because even if he's calling with this hand, there's not much in his range you're folding out. You're probably just folding out like ace king. If he's not folding this hand, he's not folding jacks, right? Not folding king queen.
I mean like you yourself, like not just players specifically. Like if you don't know that he would call with 10x.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to say. Like, it's not a very good spot to bluff.
Yeah, Daniel, I think I mentioned it. Like, if that were me in his position, that would have been a super easy call. I probably would have called you with 8s and 9s.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Just because, again, only because
just because of the flop,
because of the flop check, yeah,
and the turn sizing. You think?
Not even turn sizing. It was more about the flop check than anything.
Flop check. Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Dang. I was literally thinking the opposite on the flop check. Just because it's like you're usually betting the flop like, I mean, in a 4-bet pot, you're betting like most of the time. So if you check, it's like kind of odd. Is essentially the story I was trying to tell. But that makes sense.
Yeah, not for me though. Like if it's a 3-bet pot, I'm checking range a lot of the time. Out of position, I'm just checking range. So I would have a lot of value here.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Thanks. And then let me see. I have other bluffs, but it's like, but some of them are just like, I want to see my biggest losing ones. Unless you guys want to see punts.
Yeah, like I mean, if you bet pot, they're supposed to fold what 50% of the time. It's supposed to. If you bet pot, it's supposed to work 50% of the time for you. If they're not folding 9s and 8s, that means they're not folding the majority of their pairs. That means you shouldn't bluff. Like if I see this kind of a call, then I would immediately not bluff and tune up the value bet.
I think on that site specifically too. I should definitely. Well, actually, either way, I have a. Well, this hand's just interesting, but this is also I don't know how. But it's not really a hand I want to analyze because actually, whatever. It is on tripod. There. Oh, this is such a dumb hand, but it is entertaining. I open. This is on a software website, Zoom, 25, and then open, and then squeeze, and I think a call's okay here, but it sucks that there's someone behind. But he just called, so I wasn't really too. I mean, I would just fold if he just like raises.
Well, yeah, his size is too small. I think it's a good call.
I forget what I do here. So he the
Is that too small?
The squeezer checks.
I don't think it's too small, right? 12.5. You open to what, 2?
Yeah,
that's like 5x.
Yeah, I thought it was fine too.
Yeah.
Squeeze check.
As
I
long
forget
as,
if I.
as long as you have a strong belief that P2 is not going to wake up and do a back raise, your call is fine.
Okay. And then I forget if I bet here after the squeeze checks. Okay, goes check. Ace comes out.
Check.
And this guy checks again. So yeah, I will probably I'll probably bet here like I should have like maybe.
See, this is where I would not bet.
Yeah, this is
not a bet.
Yeah. There's also an extra nightmare here, which is oh no, that's not true. The 9 of spades, you do have you at least have a clean set. You have one clean set.
One, yeah. 9 of clubs is not great.
No, I was not yeah. Oh, okay. So like in terms of semi bluffs, yeah. Let me remember what size you're gonna do. Let's see. So like half pot?
Yeah.
Or yeah, half pot. 3 to 1. And then it goes call, fold. So this is like I was just in my head, I'm thinking like this guy probably has ace X, or I don't think he would check on with the king on the flop unless it was like a really weak king, but I don't know what weak king he would have. But I guess I could see them checking. And then in my head, can't win if you know, I feel like I'm not winning here ever if I if I check. This is this one was just like I feel like I should have jammed here, but
yeah, so you kind of set it in your head. If you check, you're not winning. In order to win this, like I don't think you have fold equity, as much fold equity as you might have. So I think that means the jam is going to get you the most fold equity you can get.
But it's
and
not.
I would hate to jam right now.
It would not. I feel like it would just not be enough fold equity. I'm thinking, that's just like I'm trying to think now, like what, because in Zoom it's so fast. But now I'm thinking like what hands they have here, and I'm just like, if you call the turn bet, I feel like I'm just like kind of screwed here.
They have some diamonds. They do exist, and they have a lot of aces. That's what I think they have.
Yeah, the lot of aces part, yeah. And I'm like, I guess
some diamonds.
It's like I guess they could have some like I got something with flush draws, like not even that many flush draws in general. But I think I went for a smaller sizing.
Yeah, but what does that accomplish though? That's the thing.
It maybe folds out clubs, that's it.
That's the it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Beat-
folds out.
You're beating.
What? Yeah, what
Just-
clubs that we're not beating? Like if he has Queen 10 of clubs, we beat that. Queen Jack of clubs, we beat that. An ace not gonna fold to this. See, I don't like to. I don't like to bluffing these spots because like the range is kind of narrow. It's not easy to. The range is too narrow for us to bluff here. It's just too much ace X.
The one thing you were saying, like since we beat all like their flush draws, like essentially, would you check here? Like if you knew they had flush draws, or and then of course, and then some hands that beat you.
Yeah.
Would you check to call their bluff? Like
no,
I feel like
no. If I check,
wouldn't it be better just to like essentially block bet or like bet as a for a bluff, then check to a hand. Let's say if their range does have a lot of straight draws, flush draws.
Here's what I think we've learned from my mistakes over the past. I was showing a bunch of these hands, which is when you do the block bet can accomplish several things. It can get you to the river against a hand that beats you for less than you would have called. Okay, so if he has an ace here and you were going to call a bet and he was going to bet big and you bet 10%, but he can't raise because he has diamonds, that is something because you were going to call the bet. The other thing it can do is it can get value from some worse hands, and the better hands will raise and you will fold it. But there are worse hands, so basically it's a thin value bet. And it can prevent you from being bluffed. It can do those three things, right?
Yeah, but the nines is not a nines.
I was never gonna call a bet.
We're gonna go step by step here before we add it. Just want to make it clear. It can do those three things, right? The bet. And the thing that I'm going to claim, and then I'll open it up, which is that if the thing that you're aiming for most is for it to, is because if he has 10 queen of clubs, which you beat, but you check, he's going to bluff it and you're going to have to fold and lose. That's not a good enough reason to do it. You don't want to bet to prevent bluffs. Now I will open it
up. I agree with that, but if it was to prevent bluffs that I will never because I'm never gonna I don't think I'm ever calling a bet here unless it was like some like really small. Like, would that be a good reason? Because I know if it's like to prevent bluffs, I could just check call, but if I was never gonna check call,
I don't think so. I don't think it's profitable in the long term if the only thing the bet can do is keep you from getting bluffed. And when you get bluffed, you're always going to fold. I think to be profitable, it has to have some hands that it beats that call it for it to be a good idea. Otherwise, get bluffed sometimes.
It has to be a bluff that beats some hands that call it.
No, you're not bluffing. When you bet small here, you're not betting big enough to bluff. So this is not a bluff hand. When he folds, he's folding to this size, mostly hands that you bet that you already beat. So the only thing you're accomplishing is when you bet this size is you're keeping him from bluffing some of those hands. And if that's all you're doing, I think that is not enough for this to be profitable in the long run, even if you make money on this individual time you do it.
Yeah.
You got to get at least two of the three things that this block bet can do. I'm saying you need to do at least two of them.
Yeah, I mean, I felt that way when I did this. I was like, I just feel like, I just don't feel like. I mean, I probably, I don't know if I would do this on the other site, but I feel like actually I should do it even less on this site. But
yeah, if I see something like this, I'll immediately classify it as fish.
Yeah, I think this is pretty bad actually.
Yeah. You could take this sizing with like ace jack, ace queen, or even ace 10. Like you could possibly get called by a worse ace.
because if I had because I don't know if I would bet a king here with the sizing, but if I hit the ace, would I bet the sizing? Like, I guess so, but I think I would just check to let them bet, and then I call.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
because he's not folding an ace to this sizing. Like this size just
No. Yeah, I wasn't.
it just doesn't do anything. Like you fold out his club draw. I know you're gonna fold if he bets the river with a missed club draw, but the results is the same. And then
No, it
when
was
he
purely.
so when he has a better hand and he bets, you're gonna fold. You lose more money when you bet when you check you bet and he calls you with an ace. You lose more money versus when you check and he doesn't bet like ace five. So
I see.
This hand does not make sense to bet. Not with the
Yeah.
sizing. Either like step on the gas and just straight up turn it into a bluff,
Yeah.
or just forget it. Like
I guess
would.
that makes sense. I see why it's not like profitable to bluff just to fold out hands that like
you already
would
beat them.
bluff. Because in my head I'm like I'm never gonna call this in those spots. I would just fold, but I guess it's not enough. Like,
Yeah,
I guess it's just like in yeah. But this hand is the dumbest hand. He calls and then loses.
Yeah, you can't win every pot. So
I don't I looked at his hand. He called with pocket sevens. I just don't even. I thought I lost the hand the moment he called.
The moment he called.
Oh, great! Then it's a great bet because you got.
I just don't. I
fucking
don't
fish.
even understand. But I don't think it's a good. I still don't think it's a good hand.
It's
Did he at least
not.
have the seven
I think
of
it's just
diamonds?
a what? Huh?
Did he at least have the seven of diamonds?
I don't. I don't remember. It could have been clubs, but I think more than I mean, it could have had both, but I don't.
Yeah.
I just remember. I remember I was so confused. I was like, I don't understand. Like, what could you call here? Without.
So we think that you played the river badly and he played the river much worse, and that's good.
Thankfully.
Yes. Like to play with people that.
I mean, yeah, that was something. Anyways.
Now imagine that you play it the other way and you check here. Do you think he turns the sevens into a bluff?
No.
Neither do I.
So he just checks back and then
and you win.
I win.
Do you think when he has an ace, because remember he has all the buckets of hands. Do you think when he has an ace here that he folds it? Clearly not.
No. I think all eight. I mean, if he's calling with sevens, he's calling with every king X, ace X. Yeah.
So here's a heuristic I'm gonna throw out to you about this.
I can run the equities more.
Which is when you're deciding in a situation, I'm going to do a more general. When you're deciding in a situation that is similar to this about making the bet, make sure that you can give two good things that can happen. If you can only think of one, that it keeps him from bluffing. It keeps him from bluffing me off. That's just not enough. You need two things. So make sure you got.
Okay.
And if you said to me, he'll sometimes call me with sevens, I would go, really? You go, yeah. I'll go, then that's two things. But I want to hear. But so that's one way of looking at it. And then here's the other way of looking at it, which is whenever you make a bet, you should be very confident in your own mind whether you are bluffing or betting for value. You should be very confident that you know the difference. And if you don't, then think again about whether to make that bet. I'm not claiming you never make a bet that you're not sure of, but that should be an alarm bell in your head if you can't tell me, no, I'm bluffing here.
Yes, that's a good idea. It's kind of like an internal integrity check.
Yeah.
To see if you're getting mergy. I have never heard it put the way that Scotty just said, but it makes total sense. Understand You want clarity of the purpose of your action in your head.
Okay, that makes sense. Like the mergey,
Congratulations,
part.
also.
This was I mean,
Yes.
this was so.
You ended up getting the max here, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're right. It is a
It's
dumb hand.
ridiculous. This is. I was like, but I wanted to see like the but I don't even understand.
What dumb site is this, man? They're calling you with 7. What the fuck?
The one you could.
One we don't say out loud.
The orange one. That kind of.
orange.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What the hell?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
What's the orange one? Just what's the first letter?
Don't say that. Here's how we'll do it.
What's the first letter?
Put
Put it in chat. Someone just put it in chat.
Put it in the chat because the chat doesn't show up on YouTube.
Okay.
Yep, that's the one.
All right, I have my CLP call in 5 minutes.
And then,
What's your CLP call?
The hand
yeah.
that we talked about a
Oh,
while
awesome. That'll be fun.
where I
okay.
folded the 2 pair on the turn when the reg jams.
Oh yeah. But you're gonna. Oh, are you gonna get on the live?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get on the. I missed that part. I had to step away for a while.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get on with Bart live.
Yeah, I sent it to him and he invited me.
Oh, nice. I want to hear.
I'll watch that.
Look forward to that one.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I have one more, but you guys, we can. You don't have to. You can do it tomorrow.
I have a do you want to end with a story?
Yeah, I'll send you a story.
Sure.
Okay, I will end with a story. So let me steal the screen here. I'm going to send my request. Oh, stop sharing there since I'm not the host. There we go. And I will now share. Here we go. And the story is this hand here. All right. The action until the river is not important. So what we're going to get is I'm not even in the hand. We're going to get a raise and a re-raise and a call. Then on this board, we're going to get a check, bet, call, and here we are on the river. And the question the person asked on the turn, this is Lily. Lily is playing against Howard. And Lily says to Howard on the turn, do you have an ace? When Howard bets. And Howard says,
Lucky Chances?
yes.
Who's Lily?
Lily is Lily from Lucky Chances. There's a couple of Lilies from Lucky Chances. One who, if I remember correctly, really, really good. And that is not this Lily.
He's not because I played last night at the Oaks and one of the horses came to play.
Oh boy.
And her name is Lily.
Gotcha. No, this was not a horse, clearly. So she asks Howard on the turn before making the call, do you have an ace? Okay. And Howard says, no, I don't have an ace. She kind of asks again, and he says, I don't have an ace. He says, but I have an ace beat.
Go back to the action.
Right.
But I have a what?
It was 3
The
bet pot.
action's not important. The action's not going to be important.
I was like, that's literally what I was thinking.
Yeah. So Lily calls. The river comes to 4. There's maybe $500 left. And Lily says, well, you're just going to put me all in anyway.
Oh, God.
And starts to push her chips forward. So Lily may or may not be, doing this to try to mask the fact that she's now hit ace 4 or whatever, or had queen 10 from the beginning. We don't know, right? We don't know Lily's reason for doing it. But Lily pushes her chips forward, but doesn't pass the line.
Oh,
Howard beats her into the pot, with the call. Lily has not put her chips all the way in and pulls them back.
Damn.
Oh, that's so naughty.
Now, this is clearly an angle if she folds.
Is that legal? Like, isn't it forward movement?
It depends on
Did she release?
You call the floor on this, and the floor will tell you, and they will make different rulings all the time in different casinos. Even if you know the rules of this casino, there's a forward motion rule, there's a
Yeah.
chips
But
released
the
rule. there's all
line,
kinds of-
yeah.
You know, there was a casino recently where a guy puts the chips in, you know, and has his hand on one stack. The other guy calls and the guy pulls back the stack in his hand going, I didn't take my hand off it. And the floor rules that he didn't take his hand off it. And so it's
Oh
not.
my gosh.
So there's all kinds of rulings that can be made, right?
Yeah.
So I'm telling you the story so that we don't make this mistake and get in this position.
Yeah, this is
So
a
you don't
good
need the
one.
floor to do it. He beats her into the pot because what Howard has is pocket kings. He beats her in the pot and says, you have queen 10 or you don't. Right? Assuming that he's called her.
Uh-huh.
She pulls her chips back, sits and waits for a while, asks again, do you have an ace? He says, I don't have an ace, but I have a strong hand. And the way we know it wasn't an angle shoot was that eventually she calls it. Because as an angle, she knows 100% he's not afraid of her having an ace. Because she's made it clear she does, and he's beat
Yeah.
her in the pot. The thing that we should do, this is why I'm ending the story, is don't beat people into the pot.
Yeah, it doesn't happen to me.
Play
One
this
way to
game.
do it is to ask, like, I'm sorry, I can't tell from the side.
Yeah, I
Did you
always ask.
call? I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not clear. Did you
Is
call?
this all in? Is that all in?
Yeah. Yeah, is that all in? Yeah, exactly.
How much is
Yeah,
it?
you've
Is she
also-
all in?
Yeah, all those questions.
Also, always
which
show
is
both
just-
your cards.
Just wait and do nothing. Don't rush the game. Don't do anything to save time, ever.
Yeah,
Um,
that is very good advice.
Except fold your damn cards when you're folding.
Even if it's a bluff call where you're hoping they fold, they muck before
What did you
they.
say? What did you say, Mike?
No, I was just saying, the exception is to fold your damn cards if you're not considering
Yes.
folding.
Yes, if you're gonna fold, you can fold. But you don't need to throw your bluffs into the muck without showing them, because I don't want them to see the particular combo, because maybe you won.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if it's the same in your casino, but like you have to show both your cards. Like if you show one card, and even if it beats their hand, it still doesn't count if
Yep.
you
Yeah, 2
muck the other
cards
hand.
to win.
just,
Big
you know,
pots.
with
have
all
the
those
most.
things, so that's my last story was she wasn't angle shooting, but boy, it could have, it was the exact setup for it and it would have worked as an angle. Push it in, the guy calls you, you go, now you know, and you pull it back, you don't call. You say, I didn't put my chips in, call the floor.
It does. It still feels like an angle. I don't know.
It isn't,
But-
well, it wasn't an angle
well-
by her because that wasn't why she did it.
Oh,
It gave her the opportunity to angle. And the reason, I'm just saying, the reason I don't believe she was angle
Yeah.
shooting was she didn't take advantage of it.
by folding. Like
Yeah, Yeah,
like
that's
that.
the angle
Yeah.
is you fold it,
Yeah, that's wild
Yeah.
though.
right? So,
What are we doing tomorrow?
whatever you guys want.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you, Scotty.
thank you, everybody.
All right, so
Thank you.
Sam, you starting pretty soon? He's already gone. All right, everybody go listen to him on Bart's Live podcast.
And one of
Great,
the things, by the way, on Bart's Live podcast that he says also about this is that in California, if someone says they're all in but doesn't put their chips in the pot and you call them and win the hand, the casino cannot make them give you those chips. even
Yeah,
with
I've heard him mention that.
That's
you know,
every
they
casino,
can
right?
bar them for not doing it, and it's just almost never going to happen to you. And so almost nobody says, no, I'm not going to call until he puts all his chips in the pot. Nope, nobody
Yeah.
does that and probably don't need to, but keep in mind that on the rest of yours, don't act so fast.
Yeah, that is good advice.
You know, somebody pushes a bunch of chips forward and you don't know that they have a $200 behind because it's behind there. Just say, is that all in? You know, just clarify things for
Well,
a
this
second.
just reminds me of the
And
classic
ask for a
of
count too.
If you
yeah,
need to,
that's a good way
if
to
it
do it.
matters, ask for a count.
Another way to put it is that, you know, poker is a game of observation and even goes to the observations that you're talking about. Observe closely what's going on.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
All right, thank you. Thanks everyone. All right, bye.